Drop Bears, who made the nearly day-long journey via plane all the way from the lands down under to beautiful Savannah, Georgia, for 3 games against the Bananas tonight, tomorrow, and Saturday, and then a matchup against the Party Animals on Monday night. Tyler Gillum, Adam Virant, and company fired up for the first ever international banana ball game. The Drop Bears, the majority of their roster coming from Australia. They've got a few collegiate kids here in the States who hail from the land down under, and they've recruited 2 or 3 cats to fill out the roster who have played professionally in Australia but have grown up here in the United States of America. Welcome up into the broadcast booth. I'm Biko Scala. Taking up the majority of your screen here is Josh Talevsky. And what a matchup, man. 42 games in. This is about as good as it gets. We should probably turn your mic on. Let's try that.
No kidding, man. Having an international opponent is incredible for the Bananas. It's going to be a true test to see how this game is catching on kind of in other lands. We've heard from a lot of the Drop Bears so far. They've been super excited. They've been learning the rules, even their family members getting into the game. So it's going to be exciting how they take on this sport.
The vibes are impeccable. I mean, I've been hanging out with these guys over the past 3 days. My cheeks hurt from laughing so hard. They're all bought in on banana ball. You don't take a trip from Australia to the U.S. to play banana ball without being all bought in on this thing. And it's a really talented team. They've got a couple former Major League Baseball players, some really talented guys from the ABL, the Australian Baseball League, top level of baseball in the land down under. And they have all come here to challenge the Bananas. 3-game set starting tonight, and then a 1v1 matchup with the Party Animals on Monday evening. The only game of the 87 contests on this World Tour that will not have the Bananas involved. So everything about this is just incredibly unique, and we are so happy to have you watching on YouTube. The comment section's already been going crazy tonight. The K Club appreciate you all as well. It was a good journey down from Nashville, and boy, are we happy to get to spend a couple weekends straight here in Savannah and have a remarkable team like the Drop Bears in the building.
Yeah, and I think the Bananas are excited to be back here in Grayson Stadium as well. We haven't seen the Bananas play a game until they had their Challenger game on May the 15th against the Florence Yalls. And by the way, they're coming off a sweep of the Party Animals in Nashville. The Bananas are rolling, and they want to hope and continue that tonight against the Drop Bears.
We are not complaining about getting to visit Las Vegas, Oklahoma City, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and Nashville, Tennessee. That is not what we're here for, but boy, does it feel good to be back in our city by the sea. Okay, let's throw it down to the field. The pregame entertainment is rocking and rolling. We will have a weigh-in between the Drop Bears and the Bananas coming up in the near future, but before that, let's find out if this banana is good or rotten. Mr. Jesse Cole.
Take your first bite. First golden banana
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm bringing some big bananas. Potassium power to the plate. His name is Austin. He is 7 years old and attempting to hit a home run against these Aussie drop bears. Make some noise for my friend Austin. Here we go. Little bit of a size difference here. Wind up in the pitch. Strike one. Man, he's 7 years old. Ooh. Pitch number 2. Strike 2. Here comes Split to make this fight more fair. He sits down that tee, steals the ball from the drop bears, and now making his way back to home. Austin, whenever you're ready, my friend. Wind up and the pitch. Boom! That ball smoked to shortstop. Here comes the throw to first. Overthrow! Austin's on his way to second base. Ladies and gentlemen, get on your feet. Austin is rounding second. The throw goes wide in left field. There's going to be a play at the plate. Rounding third. Heading for home. Austin is sold. Homer for Austin.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to learn the rules of our game. The name of the game is Banana Ball, and in Banana Ball, we have 9 rules. Rule number 1, every inning counts. You win the inning, you get a point. How do you win the inning? Score more runs than the other team. The final inning counts the most, where every run counts for a point. Rule number 2, we have 9 innings or a 2-hour time limit. Unless, rule number 3, if we are tied, it will force a one-on-one showdown tiebreaker, 1 hitter versus 1 pitcher with 1 fielder. Rule number 4, there is no bunting because bunting sucks. If you bunt, you're thrown out of the game. Swing the bat. Rule number 5, batters can steal first base. Rule number 6, there are no walks in Banana Ball. Ball 4 is a sprint. The runner can go as far as they want until all 9 fielders touch the ball. Rule number 7, batters may not step outside of the batter's box. If they do, they'll call it a strike. Rule number 8, there are no mound visits. And rule number 9, the most fans first rule of them all. If any of you fans catch a foul ball in this game, it counts for an out. And the newest rule of Banana Ball, ladies and gentlemen, the Banana Ball Challenge Rule. Each team is allowed to challenge 1 ruling on the field per game. They may challenge a fair or foul ball call, a force or tag play at a base or home plate, or a catch play in the outfield or infield. Each team gets 1 challenge that will be reviewed in the booth and reviewed and relayed to our umpires. If the challenge is successful, they retain the challenge. But for the first time ever in all of sports history, the fans now have their say. Fans may challenge 1 ruling on the field, and your designated fan representative, selected earlier tonight by you, please welcome Gene Trombetti. He is the judge. He is ready to go. He will blow that confetti if he needs to challenge. Thank you, Gene. And now that we know all of the rules, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the traditional Banana Ball weigh-in. Introducing first, making his way all the way from Australia, weighing in for the Aussie Drop Bears tonight, please welcome to the scale, Riley Light. He's got the war paint, the colors, and he's ready to go. He clocks in tonight at 230 pounds. Beefy for the Aussies. And opposing him, making his way out of the Savannah Bananas dugout, he is the resident heartthrob of your Savannah Bananas. Women want him, men want to be him. He gets more legitimate marriage proposals in a week than most of you will ever receive in your lifetime combined. I'm talking about this man right here, the one, the only, Noah Bridges. Pre-weigh-in snack. heard 230. He's got to weigh in. He's got to get that weight up. He clocks in tonight at 195 pounds of pure potassium power. Now home plate umpire Randy Voss. 3, 2, 1.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, direct your attention down the first base line.
Welcome into Game 42 of the 2023 Banana Ball World Tour, loved by Zappos. The Bananas take on the Aussie Drop Bears, who made the long journey from the lands down under to play 3 games against the Bananas, and then on Monday night, they take on the Party Animals. The first ever game of Banana Ball against an international opponent in the 72nd contest in this young sport's history. It's going to be a wild one tonight. The Aussie Drop Bears are locked and ready to rumble and have an assortment of incredible talent from Australia. Welcome into the broadcast booth, Biko Scala, Josh, watching here on Friday night on YouTube. The comment section's been going buck wild. We appreciate all the interaction there, and boy, are we excited for the Aussie Drop Bears.
I mean, it's incredible. We get our second 3-game Challenger Series after playing the Monarchs in early May. Now we get the Drop Bears, first international opponent, and here's the thing, Biko. This series, it doesn't just define winning a state. It defines winning a country and a continent.
Well, speaking of winning a state, the Bananas were able to sweep the Party Animals in Nashville this past weekend, 3-2 and 4-3 victories on Friday and Saturday night, respectively. And boy, it was a really impressive performance, especially on Saturday when the Party Animals tied that game 3 different times, and the Bananas would just not let go. They never let the Animals lead, came away with that 1-point win.
It was a back-and-forth game. The Bananas actually the visiting team in that game after the Party Animals won the pregame home run derby. And yeah, the Bananas never lost their lead, but we saw a tie ball game a couple times, had Barry Zito appear in the game for the Bananas, but it really came down to the 9th inning where every run counts for a point, and Dakota McFadden came through for the Bananas with a go-ahead RBI single that got them their first sweep since March the 4th and March the 5th in Jacksonville.
An interesting point for me there. I noted it in my weekend recap, which you can read on the Bananas Facebook and Twitter, but they scored 4 runs, which tied their season high for an inning when Thomas Rhett hopped in the booth in the 4th inning, and then they scored 3 runs in the 7th when Barry Zito was coaching third base, singing one of his original songs, Ballpark Kids. I feel like there's a little celebrity magic that powered those Bananas bats.
Yeah, there's something that's working for them. If only the Biko and Josh effect carried a little more weight for the Bananas. What do you think?
Yeah, maybe then they wouldn't be 3 games behind the Party Animals, 41 contests into this season. And of course, thank you to Zach Duke for showing up and throwing a historic inning on Friday night, one of the top 10 fastest innings of all time at 1 minute and 34 seconds. Let's get to our ball game tonight where the Drop Bears come into play, and this is a hodgepodge group with a lot of different varying levels of talent. It's formed by the Ozball organization, which has only been around for a little more than a year and a half, but they are taking over baseball in the lands down under. As you can see on the graphic there, it's made up of collegiate and professional players. The majority of the guys on the Drop Bears are all from Australia and have played professionally in Australia, and it's highlighted by Chris Oxspring, who will be starting tonight for the Drop Bears, and Rich Thompson, who have both played in Major League Baseball.
Yeah, that's right. Chris Oxspring playing for the 2005 San Diego Padres. They won the NL West that season, and Rich Thompson spent a lot of time with the Los Angeles Angels, a little bit of time with the Oakland Athletics as well. And by the way, he got to play with a guy by the name of Vladimir Guerrero Sr., who's a Hall of Famer.
That's a fact. There is so many connections with these two guys in their pretty legendary careers. You can see the 18 years of experience for Oxspring, that's just professional. I mean, he's been pitching and playing ball his entire life, but when you're close to 2,000 innings pitched as a pro, as far as Baseball Reference would give you credit for, I wouldn't doubt he's thrown a couple innings here or there and gotten paid for it, and we haven't kept track of it. But the 3.77 career ERA should not be overlooked, especially because in 29 and a third innings this past winter in the Australian Baseball League, the ABL, the top level of baseball in Australia, he had a 2.15 ERA. I mean, he may be 46 years old. He was 45 when he threw those 29 and a third frames. He still has some really good stuff out there.
It's one of those things where, that's a testament to truly learning how to pitch, not just being able to throw velocity-wise, but learning how to hit the corners and execute good pitches. By the way, he's the second oldest player to ever play in the Australian Baseball League, the oldest as a pitcher.
Yeah, it's really cool stuff. So we've got some legends in the building on the Aussie Drop Bears side. We cannot thank them enough for making the long journey. I mean, I think it's like 16 hours via flight, and the time difference is so wonky. I believe it's about 14 hours between here and Sydney, and it differs throughout that entire continent. But it's such a wild journey that when you get here, the time is pretty much the exact same as when you left Australia. And then when they make the journey back after playing the Party Animals on Monday night, they're going to lose an entire day of their lives. So we just cannot express our appreciation enough here that the Drop Bears made this journey. And it's a historic weekend being kicked off. How about an early weekend? A little Thursday night banana ball. It's going to be a really fun one tonight. Let's throw it down to the young professor to get us ready to rumble.
Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls, and POTASSIUM enthusiasts from around the world, tonight, you and thousands of your friends here live, thousands more watching at home on YouTube, have gathered here to witness something beyond your wildest imagination. From Montana to Savannah, from the Isle of Man to Tokyo, Japan, the Banana Maniacs come from across the globe to witness this. This is not baseball. This is the crucible where the fastest, hungriest, and most entertaining players are forged. This is a game of the fans, by the fans, and for the fans. But this is not your granddad's pastime. This is not just another night at the ballpark. This game is baseball by birth, fruit by name, and an absolute worldwide phenomenon by the grace of God. This is the time for all 4,000 people here in Savannah, Georgia, to get on your feet and give me your voices. Because this is the greatest show in sports. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Banana Ball.
Let's keep the starting lineup for your Bananas. In center field, number 5, DR the Doc Meadows. At first base, number 3, Eric Jones. Left fielder, number 7, Michael Vitamin D. The extra hitter, number 19, Dan Ober. At DH, number 24, Dakota D-Mac McFadden. Third baseman, number 8, he's our greatest showman, Jackson Olsen. At shortstop, the glove magician, number 6, Ryan Cox. Behind the plate, numero uno, Bill LaRoy. At second base, number 18, Danny Hosley. And in right field, number 9, Noah Bridges. On the mound for your Bananas, number 25, Mr. Electric, Christian Dearman. Your Savannah Bananas are managed by Tyler Gillum and Adam Byron. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting colors for Australia tonight. Please welcome Talon Cavill. Performing tonight's Australian national anthem, please welcome the Bananas Pep Band. Ladies and gentlemen, the Bananas Pep Band. Please remain standing and remove your hats here to honor America with the singing of tonight's national anthem. Please welcome tonight's home plate umpire, Randy Voss.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Tonight's home plate umpire, Randy Voss.
We are mere moments away from first pitch of the 42nd game on the 2023 Banana Ball World Tour, loved by our good friends over at Zappos. The Aussie Drop Bears kicking it to AC/DC, fired up to be on the other side of the world in a whole different continent and playing the first of 4 games here in Grayson Stadium over the next 5 nights. Let's take a look at how the Bananas align defensively against their foes from the land down under. From left to right in the outfield, Michael Deeb, D.R. Meadows, and Noah Bridges. In the infield, third to first, Jackson Olsen, Ryan Cox, Danny Hosley, Eric Jones Jr., Bill Leroy. Behind the dish, the 6-year Banana, and Christian Mr. Electric Dearman on the mound, the 5-year Banana. Dan Oberst and Dakota McFadden are designated and extra hitters tonight.
And the Bananas in their last contest with 4 trick plays, getting them over the 150 mark. Now 152 total team trick plays. And by the way, I think we're due to see some from the Bananas outfield. Michael Deep and DR Meadows both with a trick play in the last series.
DR with those 20 trick plays, third on the tour. He is leading all outfielders, backflipping not just in real life, but in graphic form as well. Let's take a look at Mr. Electric. Christian Dearman, 3 years as a collegiate Banana, now in his second season as a pro. In 63 innings pitched, second most on the Bananas, only to Cowboy Kyle Lewigs. The MPI, just 5 seconds over 4 minutes. That has been really stellar. And 45 strikeouts compared to 35 sprints, a 5.57 ERA. That's below the team average.
And it's been a great season for Christian Dearman, especially against challenger opponents. He's got a 2-1 record against these guys. And by the way, the MPI even lower than his season average at 3 minutes and 51 seconds.
Let's take a look at how the Drop Bears will line it up against him. Max Brennan at short, Josh Lavender at third, Blake Cavill at second, all due to swing it in the first. Heath Gray cleaning it up over at first. Paul Winland hitting fifth and right. Jaden Cavill, little brother duo in the 3 and 6 spot. Jaden's behind the dish. Riley Light in center. Zane Chavez, the DH, and Cooper Morgan, the left fielder. Drop Bears only hitting 9 tonight, whereas the Bananas are hitting 10 because they're exercising that extra hitter. Let's throw it down to Jesse Cole.
Fans, it's time. Now to start us off, I need everyone here in Banana Land on 3 to say, start the clock. 1, 2, 3. Showtime.
Showtime indeed, Jesse. Christian Dearman against Max Brennan, the shortstop. And he gets a pitch right behind him. Unlike Nick Swisher, he is not phased in the slightest. Leroy will take the express route back to his spot behind the plate. And a 1-1 count as Dearman gets the fastball at the knees. Brennan has played 6 years in the Australian Baseball League, top level in the lands down under. All 6 for the Sydney Blue Sox. That one deposited out into left center, and the Aussie Drop Bears not wasting any time. That's a 2-bagger for Max Brennan to get things going.
Great swing there from Max Brennan, a liner in the left center gap, and I think that was a situation where the Bananas just weren't expecting that from the Drop Bears, but that's a great piece of lumber there from the Drop Bear shortstop.
The pride of Sydney, Australia, both in growing up and nowadays, in scoring position. Just a few pitches into this ball game, and what a familiar face in the box. Josh Lavender in 2020 played for the Cronulla Sharks in Sydney, Australia, although he hails from Atlanta, Georgia. And he is the reason that we're all here tonight playing the first ever international game of Banana Ball. 72nd Banana Ball game of all time. And he's quickly behind 0-2. He was a party animal on the One City World Tour in 2021. And again last year was a Banana in the 2021 Breakfast Bowl and played for the Nanners against the Monarchs in the first ever Challenger Series. Christian Dearman makes quick work of him. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. And he gets to celebrate with Cowboy Kyle Lewigs. Little yellow K there. And Dearman's taken into the crowd. This is a first. Dearman partying in the grandstands. He's going to bestow the styrofoam K upon the fans. We're going to pass it around. It's always good to share, whether you're anywhere, especially in Banana Land.
Now, here's my question for tonight now, Biko. Does Dearman do this every punch-out he records tonight?
I would wager no, because across 41 games on this tour, we've gotten 9 innings in 37 of the times. I don't think we want to have our 5th 8-inning game here against the Drop Bears. Heavy hitter, Blake Cavill bounces that one sharply to Danny Hosley. And 2 down as Brennan moves over to third.
And a really slick play from Danny Hosley, manning down second base. He's going to go behind the back, and that's a trick play out for all you viewers in Australia.
Josh will explain some of the basics of banana ball just in an inning or two here. As in the cleanup spot, Heath Gray, the first baseman, will swing away with Brennan 90 feet from scoring. Cut and a miss, count 0-2. Heath out of Greenville, South Carolina. Spent 4 years playing at Erskine. Had a lot of legendary bananas coming from Erskine College. But Heath has spent nearly a decade in Australia. Fell in love in the lands down under and has made a home there. Has a 3-year-old daughter who just got to take her first trip to the States. And it's funny, chatting with him yesterday, you would have thought he lived his entire life in Australia. He's adopted quite an accent. Good frame by Bill Leroy, good call by Randy Voss, who's behind the plate tonight. That one was just a smidge out.
And what's funny is Gray was almost surprised when we pointed out the accent to him.
That's a fact. He didn't realize how he has changed from a South Carolinian to being a man out of Australia. 2-2, another check. That one grazes the outside corner. And Dearman has 2 Ks. Stranded Brennan over at third. Put that in the department of maybe a half inch off the dish, but too close to take with 2 strikes.
Yeah, you've got to defend in that situation, but a great starting MPI, minutes per inning for Christian Dearman. 3 minutes and 26 seconds got him through the top of the first.
Getting another look at Dearman's celebration. Escaping a sticky situation. Leadoff double, but no harm done. And remember, because it's banana ball, if you win an inning, you get a point. We have a full family relay race going on here on the field. So parents to kids and now babies, the final and most difficult leg of this relay race. As I would say, usually get about 1 out of every 6 or 7 toddlers that are ever going to move in such a situation.
And I'll tell you, our toddler on our left looking awfully confused after being tagged there in the relay.
Yeah, they're not going to move. They're not going to move anywhere. So we're going to take a look at Chris Oxspring. Well, the toddlers are stagnant. As you can see there on the graphic, played for the San Diego Padres in 2005. Josh mentioned on the pregame show, that's a division-winning San Diego Padres. And this past winter, thrown for the Sydney Blue Sox at 45 years old. Now he is 46 and 26 days for anybody keeping track at home. 2.15 ERA in 29 1/3 innings. He was mighty effective.
And even the major league numbers good for Chris Oxspring. A 3.75 ERA in 12 innings pitched in 2005.
This is a guy who has played all over the world. Japan, South Korea, of course Australia, in Korea, and a handful of Indy Pro Leagues in the U.S. D.R. Meadows, Eric Jones Jr., and Michael Deeb due to swing it here in the first as you get a look at the entire Banana starting lineup. Pretty typical. Tyler Gillum and Adam Byron have found a groove with Meadows, Jones, Deeb, Oberst, McFadden, Olson, Cox, Leroy. And then Hosley and Bridges towards the bottom of the lineup can kind of be moved around with Dalton Malden, Vinny DeRubius getting some action as well. Quick 3-0 count on the doctor, the center fielder. Certainly not from Australia. He's from Vidalia, Georgia, just down the road. And he's in a sprinting position. You take a look at his numbers on the tour. He's been superb. Peter yanked down and away. Quick sprint opportunity. Let's see how the drop bears handle it. Around the infield, quick around the outfield. DR's in trouble. And they've got a man covering first. We've got a pickle. Meadows trying to be tracked down. Tag at second. Oh, my. Chris Walker says Meadows snuck in there. I wholeheartedly disagree with the call. It looked like DR was out. We'll see if we get a drop bears or a fan challenge on this. And the drop bears are going to look at this. 5 batters into the ball game. We have our first Drop Bears challenge and the first ever challenge here in Savannah, Georgia. Zach Frangelo, let's get after it. We're looking at it. My first view says out. Ooh, it's close. It's close. We'll see if we can slow down this third base angle. Yeah, look. Yes, we all agree out. All right, we're done with this. Good job, Zach Frangelo. And Randy Voss coming to help out. Randy with the call. Yeah, DR is out at second base. And the Drop Bears retain their challenge. That's why you have it. And Chris Walker is 0 for 1 on the night.
And you never expect a challenger in their very first inning of play to go ahead and use that challenge, but a really smart move. And what I want to point out, the catcher Jayden Cavill for the Drop Bears called that infield and outfield in when it got to a 3-0 count. That's the exact reason they were able to nail DR Meadows in their first ever sprint defense try.
Bouncer to third from Eric Jones. It's going to be an error from Josh Lavender, who had to attack a tricky short hop. Came up empty. And EJ will immediately be pinch run for by Malachi Mitchell. Flash the Kid, the tour leader in steals. He's a mighty impressive 36 for 38 on his stolen base attempts in 41 games played. Michael Vitamin Deeb at the dish. Just like Malachi over at first base, he's in his third World Tour. All three playing for the Bananas. Former Chicago White Sox product. After a couple years playing at Bethune-Cookman, as that one's cranked through the 4-hole. Malachi has to slam the brakes. Paul Windland was ready to come up throwing. 2 on, 1 down. Deeb came in hitting .322, continues a hot bat. We'll be talking a lot about Michael Deeb, but once this inning ends, Josh has a special presentation on the man. But before that, Dan Oberst, the extra hitter. Cut and a miss. Nice bender there from Chris Oxspring. Dan the Bananas leader in batting average, on-base percentage, and OPS. Hitting .379. He was last year's World Tour leader in batting average at .440 across the 12 games. Guy just hits.
And it's the splits at home that are really baffling. Across 14 games here in Grayson Stadium, Dan Oberst is batting .500.
It's mighty impressive. Oxspring attacking him. Bender in the zone, fouled away. Malachi leads off second. He's the inning-winning run. That one just misses the 1-2 coming from the former Padre. Instead, he tries to pick off, throws it into center. But Riley Light backing it up. Malachi can't advance. Dan out of Largo, Florida. Swinging it against the pride of Ipswich, Australia. That one pounded into the dirt. Oxspring fielding his position well. Laser beam over to first. The inning-winning run 90 feet closer. But Oxspring 1 out away from escaping a tricky one here in the bottom half of the first inning.
And man, I mean, considering Oxspring 46 years old, very, very spry there off the mound. That was a great play and a strong throw on to first.
Calm, cool, collected. Never would have imagined that an errant throw there would have lost the inning. Eater just misses down to Dakota McFadden, the DH. Whole lot of pop in that bat. 7 homers, 9 doubles. That one grazes the outside corner. Great pitcher's pitch to even up the count. D-Mac in his 3rd World Tour. And behind 1 and 2. McFadden, the tour leader in walk-offs with 14. One better than Danny Hosley. And as we mentioned in the pregame, he had the game-winning hit against the Party Animals in the top of the 9th inning in Nashville. Bender outside, count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And this is where things get really interesting. 12-6 curve is low. Ball 4 will lose the inning. Ipswich has to, or Oxspring rather, out of Ipswich. Has to go after the heavy-hitting D-Mac. And he does. That ball blasted to left center. Riley Light with the Australian flag flying behind him. Can't catch up. It one-hops off the wall. It is a first-inning walk-off double for Dakota McFadden. His tour high 15th on the season. And the Nanners up a point, 1 inning into the ballgame.
And ever since the month of May, Dakota McFadden has put big swings on the ball, a lot of extra base hits, and the walk-offs just continue to come when you're swinging a bat that well.
Picks up his 29th RBI. 1 behind Eric Jones for the Nanners team high. As Malachi Mitchell scores his team high 45th run in his 42nd game played. Of course, in banana ball, you can pinch run multiple times in the night with a special runner. Once through the order is the rule. So Malachi usually gets 2 to 4 trips around the bags any given evening. And he's now 1 run scored behind Reese Hampton for the tour high.
And give credit to Malachi there in that situation, causing some havoc on the base pass without even swiping a base. Over at third base with the count at 3-2. He was in Oxspring's head, thought about a pickoff move over there at third. Then the very next pitch, kind of a mistake there to Dakota McFadden, and it leads to a walk-off for the Bananas in the first.
That is why banana ball is such a hitter's sport. You get in that 3-2 spot. In baseball, first base would be open. You could throw a bender that bounces in and have a fresh count against Jackson Olsen with the bases juiced, but in banana ball, a bad one there would have lost the inning. So Oxspring had to challenge D-Mac. He was ready for the heater. 1 hops the historic Grayson Stadium scoreboard, and the Bananas up a point. By the way, Michael Deeb was the showman of the night on Saturday. Had a triple and a double. It was a heck of a performance. His first Showman Award on the tour.
And not just a triple and a double. Those came with Thomas Rhett and Barry Zito in the booth. And a trick play to start the bottom of the 8th for Deeb as well. His 4th of the season. Barry Zito got to witness that gem as well.
Can't overlook that fact. That's a good point. Paul Winland leading off the top of the 2nd. It's going to be 5-6-7 for the Drop Bears. Jaden Cavill and Riley Light due to swing it. 1 count on Winland. And just up the road from us in Beaufort, South Carolina. Played with Blake Cavill, second baseman and 3-hole man for the Drop Bears. At Northwest Florida State College this past year, that bat is shattered. Jackson Olsen across the diamond. Eric Jones leaves the bag for a second but comes back down on it. And wow, look at this. Big hug between EJ and Hosley. Now Dearman and the rest of the Bananas are getting involved. This is a really genuine moment of brotherly teammate love here.
Love is in the air here in June. I think it's in the air tonight.
Well, we love in Banana Land. We've made that abundantly clear over the 7+ years of this team's existence. And after a nice hug to celebrate getting that first out, you can look at the bat. That is a clean shatter. Not much lumber still in the hand of Paul Winland. He was running down the first baseline. Check swing, did he go? No, says Chris Walker. And a 1-0 count on Jaden Cavill, the catcher. The eldest of the three Cavill brothers. Matthew Cavill, the owner of the Aussie Drop Bears, as that one's pounded into the dirt. Another try for Jackson Olsen on the run. Throws on the money. And a couple quick outs for Mr. Electric here in the second. Now Riley Light, the center fielder out of Rowville, Victoria, Australia. He'll swing away. He's got the flag draped over him. Comes up empty on the Dearman bender. Christian's as crafty as they come. He's an excellent banana ball pitcher. Same pitch, same result there. Throws fastball, sinker, slider, splitter. And the front door bender's fouled away.
And Dearman leading all banana ball pitchers with 19 and 2/3 innings against challengers this season.
Riley Light coming off 2 years at Hill College, hit .429 this past spring. Gives that a ride down the right field line, ends up just barely foul. Noah Bridges runs out of room. A summer ago, playing for the Park City Rangers in the Kansas Collegiate Baseball League, Riley was not only an all-star, but won the home run derby. He's 6'2", 230. A lot of pop in this beefy Australian man. Front door bender fouled away again. Good fight there on a close pitch. Good take as that one takes a hard left turn well out of the zone. Popped foul, but on top of the grandstand. And what a battle we have going on here.
Yeah, we're about to see the 8th pitch of this AB between Christian Dearman and Riley Light.
Couple JUCO bandits going after each other. A little hesitation, some trickery, another front door curve. This one is going to stay in play. Bill Leroy gets rid of his glove, bobbles it on the bare hand. The tip drill is intact. Former football player in high school looking real good there. That is the 4th trick play on the tour for the Prince of Banana Land.
And what an unbelievable play from Bill Leroy, juggling that baseball and still coming down with it. Catching that ball, especially from the catcher's position, no easy feat.
That would have been good in die, too. He never used that left hand. As we head to the bottom of the second, let's get a refresher on what banana ball is all about.
That's right, Biko. We've got some Australian viewers tuning in this morning, so we're going to do a little bit of a remedial course. I'm Professor Josh Talevsky, PhD in Bananalytics, and let's get into this Banana Ball 101. So we're going to dive into the rules here, and first off, win the inning, get a point. It's a points game in banana ball. You score more runs than the other team in an inning, you get the point.
Easy enough.
Now, 2-hour time limit. In Major League Baseball last year, the average game, 3 hours and 2 minutes. Banana ball, the game is always 2 hours long. Batters can steal first base in banana ball. You see a wild pitch, he's going to try and take off and steal first base. And then we have sprints allowed instead of walks. You guys already saw the Drop Bears master the sprint defense, which I've diagrammed for you. Other rules, no mound visits, no stepping out of the batter's box, no bunting, and if a fan catches a foul ball, it counts as an out in this ball game. And now, as we go into our other slide, we've just got a couple popular terms we use a lot in banana ball. They include a trick play out. You just saw one from Bill Leroy. And our tour leader is Ryan Cox. He has 65 trick play outs this season. MPI stands for minutes per inning. It's the time it takes a pitcher to record 3 outs and get through an inning. Now, if a walk-up is allowed, that inning is nullified. And Christian Dearman, the man on the mound for the Bananas, he has the single inning record. He got through an inning in 1 minute and 13 seconds. And then, of course, a showdown shutdown. We might get into that later tonight in a close ball game. That's if a pitcher prevents a run from scoring in our showdown tiebreakers. He gets credited with a shutdown.
It's the basics, but it's good to nail down for all of our friends from the lands down under who maybe have not seen this sport before. What do we got going on down here? Looks like Jackson Olsen is playing Waffle House here. It's a full music video being filmed as he comes up to the dish. Bill Leroy will hurl his helmet at him. And we're ready to rumble. Some waffles, some syrup. Let's get after it. Bananas lead the ball game 1-0. We got a scoreless second inning, so just like in the first, if the Nanners push a run across, they will secure another point.
Now, Bika, did my eyes deceive me, or did our TikTok superstar take a shot of syrup during that music video?
Your eyes tell you the truth, Josh. Oxspring out for a second inning of work. That one just misses the outside corner, maybe a pinch up. And now the Drop Bears preparing for possible sprint defense. They absolutely nailed it. 10 out of 10 performance. DR Meadows was a lame duck in between first and second. And how about a 3-1 bender there from Oxspring? Some former major leaguer confidence.
It's a really great pitch, and you've got to be able to throw pitches like that, especially as you get older. Oxspring a pro, and now I think the Drop Bears in a little bit of a tricky situation about shifting in that outfield, even on a 3-ball count with the sprint defense.
Josh Lavender throws the hat away, drifted in and out of play, and back in, and will make the snag. Ends up being caught just on the fair side of the line. Now the Banana Band giving a royal walk-up to Ryan Cox, the shortstop. It's a big out for Oxspring, too, because Jackson Olsen hitting .327 on the tour, even better in the second inning.
I mean, batting over 500 in the second inning for the Bananas. It's been amazing what he's been able to do as Ryan Cox loses his bat on that first offering from Chris Oxspring.
Sent it about 110 feet down the first baseline and is rewarded for the toss with a little bit of pine tar. Should help with the grip. And the pride of Aliquippa, Pennsylvania. With a 1-1 count on him.
I've heard that if you have that happen, you throw a bat in a game in New Zealand, it's a term of aggression.
Is that true?
I believe so. Can't quote me on this, but I've got sources that are telling me this is factual.
Even if it's an accident.
Even if it's an accident.
Gotta be careful with that. Coxie lifts that to left center on his horse, making a jump, and not coming up with it is Riley Light. He hurls it in, and Ryan Cox has his 6th double of the tour. The entire Bananas team coming out to second base to celebrate with him. The inning-winning run in scoring position with a out. A little line dance action. This looks awful familiar to the one that the Bananas attempted in Nashville and had an amazing 3 or 4 seconds, and then all chaos broke loose. It was a spot-on performance this time around.
Yeah, Ryan Cox, he really got the boys together for that dance. Give him a lot of credit. Big double.
Now Bill Leroy, pitcher comes up to the dish. Spent a little time recently around the 300 mark, back down to 287, but excellent at putting the ball in play. His 7 strikeouts, the lowest amount for any everyday players, 41 games into this tour. The 6-year Banana out of Dublin, Georgia. Spent all 5 years collegiately at the University of North Georgia, up in Dahlonega. Tried to send that thing into the dog park, count even at 1-1.
Bill happy to be back in Grayson Stadium. Despite batting just a hair under 300 on the road, Bill batting .333 here in Grayson Stadium.
One just misses a pinch up, according to Randy Voss. Remember, Vincent Chapman, our beloved dancing home plate umpire, not in attendance tonight as that one's bounced to short. Max Brennan across the diamond in time and 2 away. Because of the fracas in Tulsa, Vincent serving the second of his 2 games in his suspension and will be back in action tomorrow night for round 2 between the Bananas and the Drop Bears, and hopefully for every game after that. Now Danny Hosley in the 9-hole, the second baseman. That's the big bender in there at the top of the zone. Winning run on second in the form of Ryan Cox. Hosley behind 0-2. Danny, the two-way phenom of Banana Land. And he goes down swinging. Jaden Cavale has to apply a tag. First strikeout of the night for Chris Oxspring. Gives up a 1-out double, but is able to hold serve. Still just a 1-point lead for the Nanners. To the 3rd inning we go, but before that, Maceo Harrison, Malachi Mitchell, Vinny DeRubius, DJ the Invader, and Alex Ziegler will dance. Job as per usual from Maceo and the fellas. And as we go to the top of the 3rd inning, bottom of the order, we'll try and feed the top here for the Drop Bears. Zane Chavez, Cooper Morgan, and then Max Brennan at the top due to swing it. Christian Dearman out for his 3rd inning of work. Allowed a leadoff double tonight to Brennan, but that was it. And how about this? A cricket bat being employed by Zane Chavez, the DH. And it's going to be a hopper, so a cricket pitch thrown from Christian Dearman. And Chavez steps out of the box. He gets a strike called on him for that. And will now take a baseball bat. Man out of San Diego, California, who now calls Knoxville, Tennessee home. Played in Port Melbourne, Australia in 2019. This is why he gets to earn a spot on the Aussie Drop Bears. As you get a real nice up-close look at that cricket bat. I called it a mallet when I was chatting with the Drop Bears brass earlier, as that's a hot shot back up the middle, base knock. Second hit of the night for the Aussies. And called the cricket bat a mallet. 3 guys I was chatting with nearly keeled over in laughter. Of course, cricket and rugby, Australian rules football, pretty much the 3 big sports out there. As there is a extremely late swing from Cooper Morgan, the left fielder. And it is 3-2-2 time. Time to dance, and this one's a doozy. Danny Hosley and Ryan Cox flip Christian Dearman. D.R. Meadows trying to keep up in the back. Will Taylor Swift shake it off? And the pitch. Up and out, 1-1 count. Cooper out of Canberra, Australia. To us Americans, it looks like Canberra. That is way off, according to the source. Canberra. I started playing baseball as a hobby. Didn't really think of it much compared to the big three sports. Also, actually, really accomplished BMX rider as he flicks that one foul. Count full at 3-2. He got really good at baseball around the age of 14, realized he loved it. And by 15 years old, he was specializing in it. Only sport he played. Spent the last 2 years at Walters State Community College. Former Banana David Mendham in 2020. Was a Walters State man as it's sprint defense time for the Bananas. Fancy glove work from Ryan Cox. Morgan will be content with first base. Zane Chavez across the diamond over at third with no outs. And Max Brennan at the top of the order, who doubled his first time.
Yeah, this is a really good situation for the Drop Bears offensively. Give credit, Zane Chavez ready for a possible sprint there. That's the reason he was able to get to third base.
The sprint has been the big bugaboo for Christian Dearman on the tour. It's his 36th that he has given up. Told Josh and I in Nashville that sometimes the show can just get to him. Loses focus a tad, gets lost in the entertainment, in his quick pitching and funky deliveries.
And it's one of those situations where even he's surprised by it, as there's a pickoff attempt. Dearman able to nab Cooper Morgan trying to run on that pitch. And there's a big first out for the Bananas here in the third.
Yeah, that will go as a caught stealing in the book because Morgan gunned down trying to get second. Bang, bang over there, but Hosley clearly able to get the tag down in time. And the front door bender well above the belt, fouled away.
It's a little bit of an overly aggressive move early on in this game for the Drop Bears as we get a look at it. Great tag there applied by Danny Hosley. And it's just one of those situations, the Drop Bears trying to get a runner, two runners into scoring position. And now Christian Dearman coming up with a strikeout of Max Brennan. Now 2 outs in this inning. Dearman might be able to escape this one without allowing a run.
Situation looked a whole lot more dire just a few seconds ago as you get another look at that nasty bender. It's the patented Dearman slider. It's got a whole lot of break on it. Now Josh Lavender at the dish as he is plunked on the first offering. And Zane Chavez hoping to score on it, thinking that maybe it would work as everybody gets a base. It is banana ball after all, but no. Hit by pitches in banana ball work the exact same as they do in baseball. 72-mile-an-hour bender that clipped Lavy, who struck out his first time. And runners on the corners once again for Blake Cavill. Count on the slugging lefty. Represented Australia in the 2015 Little League World Series. Now with the 3-0 count. And is coming off some video game numbers in this past season at Northwest Florida State College. That's a strike, but the throw from Bill Leroy up the right field line. Chavez scores easily from third, and Lavender is going to go first to third. Drop Bears have their first run of the night.
It was a little bit of an overly aggressive move from Bill Leroy with the count at 3-0. EJ slightly holding on Josh Lavender over there at first base. But Bill trying his patented bat pick, and Eric Jones just not over there at the first base bag. As Dearman's going to issue his second sprint of the inning.
And that is going to give the Drop Bears another run. They lead the third 2-0. As Cavill picks up his first ribeye of the night. Grounded out to second his first time up. who hit .379 this past spring, .338 the season before it, and played 103 of 104 games possible across his 2 years at Northwest Florida State.
Speaks to the durability of Blake Cavell. It also speaks to the talent that the Drop Bears have assembled here. He's a fantastic player.
Will be transferring to Western Kentucky as he's able to get back. And we're ready for a 1-2 pitch to Heath Gray. First baseman struck out his first time. Front door bender, strike 3. Dearman's 4th K of the night, but the damage is done. On one hit batter and 2 sprints given up, the Drop Bears push 2 runs across, and the Nanners will need 2 in the bottom of the 3rd to tie the inning, 3 to win it. Drop Bears with a great chance to earn their first point. And let's throw it down to the young professor. It's time for some family baggage.
Family baggage on display. I've got 2 dads here with their whole families anchored at first, second, and third base. The dads are going to have to run and pick up a kid at first, a kid at second, and their wife, and keep the whole family together all the way back to home plate. Dads, are we ready? All right, fans, let's cheer them on. The Ulloa family versus the Save family. On your marks, get set, go, dads, go! Oh, the Save family really out of the box hot. Coming in quick, scoops that kid up, almost bowls him over. These dads are going for the win here. The Save family is there. Oh no, the kids are getting in on it. All is fair in love and war. Dads are approaching third base. They have to pick their wives up and keep the whole family together. This is where things get dicey. Moms are on. It's gonna be close. In front, oh, wait a minute.
There at the end. I think that's the best family baggage we've had on the tour thus far.
Really great family baggage race to me. That's what you visualize when you're coming up with these promos, the close finishes.
And the Drop Bears not going to be taking the field. Rained a decent amount before tonight. Now the precipitation building back up. So it looks like we're going to have a little tarping here in the middle of the 3rd. Bananas lead this game 1-0. Drop Bears lead the inning 2 runs to zip. Welcome back into the broadcast booth, Pico Scala, Josh Talevsky, and you really had no idea what to expect coming into this thing, but 2.5 innings in the books. This has been pretty exhilarating.
I mean, so far the Drop Bears picking up banana ball in an excellent way. We've seen them with a successful trick or sprint defense out there in the first inning. I mean, we're seeing them string some hits together. They're cashing in on sprints as well. All around, I think the only thing we're missing so far is maybe a trick play from these folks.
That's a fact. The Florence Y'alls got after it early. That is probably the best version of Banana Ball we have seen out of a professional team coming into Banana Land and playing this young sport, as you get a look at the Nanners unveiling the tarp as we speak. But the Y'alls went down 5-0, ended up losing 5-1 in points. Drop Bears have seemed a lot more competitive early on.
Yeah, I mean, you like what you're seeing. Chris Oxspring has thrown some good innings so far. He was very close to getting out of that first inning. Again, I think it was a situation where Malachi Mitchell successfully got in his head over there, the runner at third base, and kind of a mistake made to Dakota McFadden. I mean, we could still see this as a tie ball game if it wasn't for that.
100%, and it's one of those, once again, where Banana Ball is a hitter's sport. You look at the pitching stats, they are all ugly, for the most part, outside of Danny Hosley, compared to what you would expect out of baseball statistics for pitchers. Like, you look at Chris Oxspring getting a 2.15 ERA across nearly 30 innings pitched in the ABL this past winter. That would be the second lowest ERA out of over 20 pitchers who have thrown enough innings to be in the running here.
And really, the reason why you'll see inflated ERAs and a little bit of, less than stellar pitching numbers in Banana Ball is mainly because of sprints. You'll see somebody issue back-to-back sprints, and all of a sudden a run scores if both guys wind up at second base. And so I think that's why the earned run averages are a lot higher, and especially for the Bananas and Party Animals playing each other so much, you're getting to see the same pitcher out there as well, and you kind of get a feel for a guy in his routine.
Yeah, and not to beat a dead horse or beat a dead roo here, but with you like that, Josh?
That's really good.
Yeah, thank you. With 3 balls on Dakota McFadden, you just have to go after him, because even though first base seems like it's open, it's not. Ball 4 would have allowed Malachi to score, and that is a dangerous hitter, as clutch as they come. The World Tour leader in walk-offs now with 15 to have to go after in a 3-ball count.
And there are also intricacies in Banana Ball where you get in a 3-0 count and you start to bring your outfield in. All of a sudden on the 3-0 pitch, you just throw your best pitch to get a strike, and the batter nails it out to the outfield, and it's down there for extra bases. It might have been a normal single, but because you shifted your outfield in so much, it ends up going for extra bases for the other team.
Yeah, could not agree more. The chat's been going pretty wild about the rain delay. Appreciate everybody watching on YouTube tonight, both in the United States, around the world, and of course in the great country of Australia. It has been a really great 2.5 innings, and hopefully the rain will pass pretty quickly. We can rip this tarp back off the field, and we'll be ready to rumble. But before that happens, oh my goodness gravy, I just saw Riley Light take an absolute tumble trying to pull the tarp. Thank you to the Drop Bears for joining in on the tarp work down there as well. Riley's A-okay. He got back up, and he's pulling the tarp again. Let's go back to Nashville really quick here, because on Saturday night, in the thrilling 4-3 victory for the Bananas that we talked about on the pregame show, Michael Deeb was the showman of the night. We teased it earlier. We have some video for you now.
Yeah, and Michael Deeb, he was phenomenal. You talk about a guy who's always looking to catch a barrel. Michael Deeb did that plenty on Saturday. As we hop into this, look at old Michael Deeb pointing that barrel right at us. Now Thomas Rhett, country star singer, he's in the booth with us, and Deeb comes up here in the 4th inning. That's going to be a deep drive over the head of the right fielder, and Deeb, he's going all the way to third base. That's going to be a triple for Michael Deeb, and he's going to do some flossing, driving in a run. Now, former Major League Baseball pitcher Barry Zito, he's in the third base coach's box, and he's playing his song Ballpark Kids. Michael Deeb, he's looking for extra bases once again. That's going to be an RBI double for Michael Deeb, scoring Malachi Mitchell. And then, bottom 8, the Bananas clinging to a 1-point lead with Matt Malatesta on the mound. How about a behind-the-back trick play from Michael Deeb, his 4th of the season? And boy, you talk about nonchalant. Michael Deeb made that catch look incredibly easy. He's a guy who always talks about finding the perfect balance between playing the game of Banana Ball the right way and also just putting on a good show for the fans. Michael Deeb did an incredible job on Saturday night helping lead the Bananas to that sweep of the Party Animals.
And a friend of the broadcast. Pretty much any time he is a DH or EH, it's usually extra hitter, because he gets inserted into the field later on in the ballgame to play some left. He comes up and chats with us, and the former Notre Dame football player, Bethune-Cookman baseball man, who got some really good experiences over there at the HBCU. Then, of course, signs with the Chicago White Sox, gets a cup of coffee there before an injury takes him away. He gets to play in Puerto Rico. I mean, he has been all over and is as smart a cat as we've ever had up in the booth. So happy for Deeb. He is a friend of the program and as good a human being as you can find.
He's a great clubhouse guy for the Bananas. He's a great leader. Again, I think it's really important that they try and find that strike of a balance between the show and the game of Banana Ball, being able to play the game well and also just make a show for the fans. And Michael Deeb, by the way, I mean, you talk about a guy who just has so much insight into the game from every aspect, and he's not afraid to get animated talking about it either, which always makes it even more interesting.
He's a 10 out of 10 person. I mean, we could wax poetic. I don't know how long this rain delay is going to take. We could talk about Michael Deeb the entire time. I mean, he's one of the few guys still around from that One City World Tour. It is Deeb, it's D-Mac, it's Malachi Mitchell, and then over on the Party Animals side, it's Sam Claycamp, Mike Vivacis. I feel like there's somebody else out there, and I will find them. When I do, I will tell you who they are. But the point is, there's only 5 or 6 guys from the One City World Tour who have been able to stick around and stay with this as the talent level has increased exponentially. I mean, these are some of the heroes in 2021, and they are still some of the best players on the tour here in 2023. But Deeb, as goofy and as fun and as out there as he can get and is and will participate in just about any of the entertainment you throw at him, he is a voice of reason inside the Bananas Clubhouse and in this young sport of banana ball as it continues to evolve. We've just added challenges. This is only the 3rd game we've ever had that. I mean, as Deeb said, quoting Tyler Gillum, little Michael Scott quoting Wayne Gretzky type deal here, we are living in a house that we are building, and Deeb is just a phenomenal person to have around as we are creating this sport.
I mean, being on a 3rd world tour for Michael Deeb, it not only speaks to his character, but it speaks to his consistency. I mean, he's played so much banana ball, and he's only had 1 career series where he did not register a hit.
Yeah, you can't beat that. You can't beat that. And he's at left field. He's at first base. He could be really over in right as well. A really valuable man to have in Banana Land. So congrats on your first showman of the night on the tour, Mr. Deeb. Really good job with the 2 extra base hits and the trick play. That is a good night in First Horizon Park. Excellent evening at the ballpark. And speaking of Barry Zito with ballpark kids, I mean, Michael Deeb has a few hundred kids that he coaches and teaches the sport of baseball when he is not playing banana ball, and had a few hundred of them in West Palm Beach when we kicked this tour off. So it's really cool to see him spreading his wealth of knowledge with the next generation.
Yeah, it's incredible, and that's something I think we're still trying to grow is the game of banana ball, and having guys like Michael Deeb, Bill Arroyo, Kyle Lewigs, just the entire team, they're really interested in building that game and helping it grow for future generations.
Well, that's why we can't thank Matthew Cavell and his entire crew for making this thing happen. You know, getting everybody over from Australia to here and making sure that we have this amazing 4-game series. Chad Reese, our coordinating producer, if you can hear me, there would be nothing better during this rain delay podcast with Josh and Biko than to get an Aussie drop bear up here. I mean, okay, yeah, we're working on it. Terrific. So Chad that's why he's the coordinating producer of Bananas TV. He's the best in the biz. And we may have a little Australian delicacy with us in the booth. I don't think this would be a bad time to break into that either. We'll see what happens once Heath gets up here and we can test his knowledge after over 8 years in the lands down under. And it's pretty cool. Guy from South Carolina. He goes to Australia, falls in love. All of a sudden, he's got a family, and he's got an accent.
Yeah, it's really cool. And again, you talk about a guy who was surprised that he's developed this accent. But Heath, a really great guy. We're seeing good stuff out of him and all the drop bears tonight. And man, I mean, I feel like we've got to start taking trips down to Australia pretty soon and check that place out.
Yeah, there's, first of all, I have loved my time spent with these folks like you couldn't imagine. I can't tell you with words how much fun it has been to just soak in these guys' auras and soak in their culture. And they talk so fast, I can't understand about 15% of what they are saying, and they are very great at repeating it and spelling things out for me. I mean, when you talk to the whole team and you're getting their life stories, I'd be darned if of all the guys in Australia I didn't have to ask for, another pronunciation or some spelling with at least one part of their life stories. But it is really cool, and I'm trying to get in the slang going as well. So far, I think I've only really picked up servo. You know what a servo is, Josh?
Servo?
Yeah, take a shot, buddy.
Oh, man, no, I'm drawing blanks.
You're not going to get it if you did guess. So you're not going to guess.
No, I can't.
Well,
dude, I don't want to look silly in front of our Australian viewers.
Okay. Well, for all the folks in Australia screaming through your cell phones and TVs and computers or tablets, whatever you are watching us on right now, a servo is a gas station. So they call them service stations in Australia.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense now.
Yeah, it's a lot of optimization of the English language that has happened down in Australia, and yeah, servo. They say, well, we don't call it gas station, and we're not going to call it a service station, even though that's what we do call it. Like, it's just too long. I'm going to the service station. No, I'm going to the servo. I like that. I like that a lot. Gosh, there was one that Matthew broke out to me as we get some more slang being sent our way. that was just one of the greatest things I've ever heard in my life. So first off, and because I can see this and you cannot, Josh, this is turning into just a fun little game for us. I fling my pen across the room. What do you think a billabong is?
A billabong?
Yes.
Billabong? Okay.
Correct.
I feel like it's a container to hold a drink.
I love it.
Correct.
Well, before I tell you if you're right or not, let's bring in Heath Gray, and we can see if he has picked it up in his 8+ years in the lands down under. Heath, how you living, Big Tiger?
Yeah, good. This is a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, so before I get into the slang discussion with you here, which we have just broken into, tell me about your first 2.5 innings in Banana Ball.
Oh, it's fast. It's fast.
Yes.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's a lot of fun. So, yeah. It's good. Yellow ball's different.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you coming up into the broadcast booth and goofing around with us. Do you know, Heath, what a billabong is?
I sure do. I know
Yes.
the brand.
Oh,
An
that's a
actual-
good point.
I
It
know
is
the
a brand.
I just don't know what an actual billabong is.
Okay, so it hasn't come about in your 8 years in Australia. A billabong is a pond in a dry riverbed. You haven't come
Fact of
across
the
a
day.
lot of them yet?
No, I'm live in Sydney, so it's a very big pond.
Yeah, that's a fact. Okay, let's get Josh. Oh, do you know what a brawley is?
A brawley?
Yes, sir.
A fight.
A fight. What do you think a brawley
That's
is?
an umbrella.
Yeah! That's good stuff. A brawley, but yeah.
Like a brawl? Brawly?
Right. Well, Donnybrook. Yeah, brawley. Yeah, I like that. Brawley. I like what you're saying. Do you know what it is to be buggered, Josh?
To be bothered.
Okay?
Oh, it's me right now after coming up all those stairs.
Gosh darn
I'm
it.
tired.
Exhausted.
Yeah, exhausted.
Okay, the last one we have here, Josh. What is a cobber?
What is a cobber?
C-O-B-B-E-R.
Can you use it in a sentence, please?
Oh my gosh, I really can't wait to spend some time with my cobber.
Is it your pet?
It's a friend. It's a buddy.
Oh, man.
Close enough.
I like working in. Can you use this in a sentence here? This is.
I thought that would give it away.
Yeah. No. 100%. Well, we've got Heath up here. We've got a billion things we want to ask, but the
Okay.
slang's rolling through. So, I mean, let's play this game until it dries up. Do you know what Macca's is?
Oh, you got this one.
Come on.
Really?
Yep.
You got
can
this
do
one.
it. I really want to go have some food at Macca's.
Get you a Happy Meal.
Oh, it's McDonald's.
There you go.
Wow. How about that?
There you go.
So and that kind of goes to the theme of, I feel like not all Australian slang, but a lot that I've encountered is just taking a big word and shortening it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And adding IE.
Okay, Josh, what is it to be wrapped?
I got no clue.
Gosh, I am so wrapped to be up in this broadcast booth with you and Heath.
You're jazzed. You're excited.
Yes.
Absolutely. There we go. There we go.
Okay, buddy, and she'll be apples. Heath,
on.
are you stumped here?
I got the context.
Yeah.
You said that so fast. Slow it down.
She'll be apples.
She'll be apples.
She will be apples, but it she'll be apples. Yeah. You know, it's raining right now, but she'll be apples.
It'll be okay.
There you go. She'll be gravy.
She'll be gravy.
I like that one.
You've heard
too.
that as well?
Oh, I'm a Southerner, so yeah, here we go.
Okay, so before we get into more slang, let's get into that, because Josh and I got your incredibly fascinating life story yesterday when we were chatting in the dugout, but I'd love to share it with the world here. You are from Greenville, South Carolina, and I don't think you have realized the accent you've picked up, but we would have never thought that.
That's what I'm hearing since being back. So it's been a while since COVID and all that, but yeah, apparently it's changed a little bit.
It's not as strong as your fellow drop bears and people who grew up in Australia, but there's a good hint of the lands down under there.
Yes. It's the sayings, I think, that catches the most people off guard. Like,
So-
she'll be apples.
Right. Are there any sayings or slang or anything that you've picked up that you just love more than the rest?
Bring it back. What do you reckon? That's been fun.
What do you reckon?
What do you reckon? So, she'll be right. So that's
Yeah.
another one.
Yeah.
Too easy. All that. Yeah. More of the surfer style. So that's all right.
Okay, so how does a kid from Greenville, South Carolina, end up going to play baseball in Australia and taking a long trip over there and settling down?
Well, it's through baseball jobs overseas. So David Burns, great guy, runs that. So shout out David, appreciate it. So he's got a website that all us guys that didn't quite make it pro could sign up for and then travel the world playing baseball. So yeah, going from place to place has been the life. So, and then settling down in Australia and Sydney with my wife, now a little girl. So that's been really good.
So how cool has it been to now bring your wife and for the first time your daughter to the United States of America?
It's unreal. So the first cuddle between my daughter and my mom, that was worth the trip in gold. So now getting my mom to watch me for the first time in over a decade, that's just as special.
And for those who don't know, normally when you're out there on the diamond, you're doing your work on the mound.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. So live and dive on the mound, but yeah, I love to swing it a little bit too.
How did you convince the powers that be to get you in the cleanup spot tonight?
I can show the power when I actually hit it, but yeah, news traveled fast across the pond, and I don't like curveballs. So
who's the guy in Major League?
Pedro Serrano.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
So it's a little bit different. The yellow ball, it's harder to pick up. So yeah, I'm up there guessing.
Reese Hampton, a lot of the hitters have shared that as well, especially earlier on in the tour. It looks like just a sun coming at you.
That's right. There's no seams. There's no seams. So yeah, it disappears.
So can you kind of walk the people around your baseball journey, because you were a standout pitcher at Erskine, and then all of a sudden you get to play in, it seems like, just about half the cities in Europe.
Yeah, so basically from college, I was looking for a coaching job over in New Zealand actually, and then signed up for the website. Thought the spikes were hung up. I thought it was turf shoes from then on out. And then got offered to play up in Canada, for Kitchener Panthers, played for them. Went down, played for Balcombe Hills in Sydney, and then made the jump over to Europe for Hanover Regents, and then played all through Europe in the Prague Baseball Week, Finkston Ball, all those big tournaments over there. Lucky enough to be a part of 3 and 2 overseas guys over there. Won both tournaments, and then got a chance to play in the Hungarian National Championship. So I was very blessed to do that, and then back to Sydney to live out life in Australia for the time being.
It's a pretty fascinating story, man, and it's cool to see you get some ABs here. I am thrilled at the prospect of what it will be like when you connect with one of these baseballs.
Let's hope so. So
you put on a pretty dazzling batting practice display?
It goes all right. So I think that's how I convince the guys, but the live actions, that's the real ticket, isn't it? So we'll see how we go. So
obviously, Greenville, South Carolina, just a few hours up the road here. Have you gotten to experience Savannah before coming here to play for the Drop Bears?
Luckily enough, I have my cousins who actually live here. So I've stayed with them. Actually, one of the first places I brought my wife for St. Patty's Day, so that was a blast for all you Savannah locals. But yeah, I've enjoyed the history of the city, and my cousin's all about it, so he's explained the whole history. So it's been good. It's been really good to me a few times. So it's good to come back and play with college guys after traveling across the world to play an hour and a half from them. So it's pretty good.
So knowing you were coming back to the States, I mean, outside of just, probably seeing your family, any bucket list items for you coming back here?
Oh, yeah. Well, I've got my co-ed roommate coming down, so we're gonna let them meet for the first time, the little girls.
All right.
So that's gonna be fun. But bucket list, I mean, what's a bigger bucket than banana baseball? So this tops it all. This is fun.
That's good to hear, man. Do you think, I know Matt Cavill, who made this whole thing happen, his big dream is to bring the bananas to Australia and to bring banana ball to the lands down under. Do you think it would be received well from our friends down there?
Absolutely. We're all waiting. So everyone wants the merch. Everyone wants to watch. We got everyone live streaming in the middle of the morning. So, yeah, it's very well known over there. So we're all waiting.
And we will have some food reviews coming up here on the broadcast. Is there any food that you've picked up in Australia that you really love?
Oh, the food. Oh, the barbecue-based pizza goes all right. So that's legit. The kebabs. So that's a must.
Yes.
I will say I had a very good chicken and waffles over there, which was surprising.
Ah.
So being from the land of chicken and waffles, I had a good one over there. So No, it's good. It's good food. It's a lot different. A lot less butter.
Oh, speaking of that, I mean, we're going to be doing some Vegemite on the broadcast tomorrow night. I've heard that toast and butter, Vegemite on top, is the way to do it.
There you go. Lightly spread. It's not Nutella. It's not Nutella. Lightly spread it. All right. Otherwise, yeah, you'll be dry lips for a week. So it's very salty.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. So very lightly.
I've dabbled.
Yeah?
I had it
Done
once or twice in my life. I couldn't tell you when or why. I feel like at Syracuse in college is one for some odd reason. And I don't think I prepared it perfectly. I didn't hate it. I certainly wasn't dying to have some more.
Yeah, right. Okay. It took me a while, but yeah, I was working with kids, and yeah, I was eating it every morning for breakfast. So my family hates it. I don't mind it.
Yeah. Okay, cool. You get into it. Okay, so what do you think about Wheat Bix? Have you had Wheat Bix before?
Yes. I don't touch it.
You don't touch it? Would you touch it right now?
Oh, if I absolutely had to on live TV. If you have like a gallon of milk or something.
Okay, so Chad, I really appreciate you getting us the Wheat Bix, but just like Heath said, a gallon of milk is necessary, and that is at my feet if I would just look around. If it was a snake, it would have bit me.
Ugh.
You encountered any juicy snakes over there in Australia?
I haven't seen a single snake outside of a zoo.
How about that?
Yeah.
I guess you probably have to journey into the jungle a little bit
That's right.
for such an encounter.
Outback.
Continent with the most poisonous snakes in the world, I think.
Yes. Most poisonous everything.
Everything. Golly. Any jellyfish encounters?
Yeah. So a few scuba diving trips up in Cairns. So yeah, plenty of jellyfish up there.
How about kangaroos?
Yeah. On the way to baseball practice.
No way.
Yeah.
Here you are, sir.
Here we go. We're doing this.
So you just put the log right in there?
Some people break them.
I've heard you should break it up.
You should break them. Some people like to eat them dry and breathe out chalk. I don't know how it works. But.
This broke a lot easier than I thought it would.
Yes.
I feel like that's a good sign.
Yes.
So as far as the breaking goes. Oh, yeah. Just
that's a good break.
Crumbly crumbles.
So little fruits. Some people put yogurt. Yeah, it's a morning.
Oh, you'd love it with some yogurt and some blueberries, wouldn't you?
Oh, my gosh. I've got blueberries in there as well. I did not.
It gives it flavor.
Yeah, okay. So, well, this is supposed to have flavor. This is peanut butter Wheat Wix.
All right.
I believe, yeah.
That's a new one. Thank you, sir.
Here you go. You tell me when.
Yeah, that'll do.
That'll do it? Okay, here you go, Josh. Oh, hey!
When?
Look at that bubble, man. Show that bubble to that's it.
Oh, man.
You don't get milk bubbles like that every day. All right. So we've got Wheat Bix. We've got it here. Josh has a spoon for me. Yeah, this is supposed to be peanut butter flavored. When I smelled the box, I said, I know that smell.
There you go.
Cardboard. Okay, here we go.
I've had worse.
Yeah.
I've definitely had better. It's not Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
No. I have heard that you're supposed to eat it with sugar, though, and we did not apply any sugar.
Yes.
Yeah. Or some honey.
Yep.
I love the crunch. The crunch is right.
I'll be honest. I'm really not even getting the peanut butter here.
Not at all. I don't know if that's a sin over there to have peanut butter in it.
It tastes like Chex.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. Or like whole grain Cheerios a little bit, too. But it doesn't have the consistency of Cheerios.
So I'm just staying up here with you guys for this.
Oh, yeah. If you're good to hang out.
Let them play. We'll stay up here.
Yeah. Interesting. Kind of reminds me of if you put wafers in milk. I kind of like this.
Yeah, there you go. It's healthy.
I love milk, so any excuse. Yeah. Okay, here we go. It got soggy very fast.
It did.
It sogged right up.
Is it better soggy or better dry?
It was better dry.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But I kind of think in my next voyage down Wheat Bix?
Wheat Bix.
Yeah, Wheat Bix Lane. I feel like I'm going to have a glass of milk and maybe take bites on top of it so it drizzles in, but I'm getting that fresh crunch, and then I've just chase it with milk.
There you go.
You put the wheat mix in the spoon, dip it down into the cup, take it out, eat it.
He's
Think
all
about
over
that
it.
one.
He's all over it.
So as you can see here, it's really dissolved. And now we've got a almost gelatinous mixture in here. I'm having the time of my life.
I'm enjoying this.
Let's do Vegemite next. Let's just knock them all out tonight.
There we go.
Okay, here we go. Let's see if I can just down this all in one fell swoop, because you got to pull the mic away every time you take a bite. It's a little cumbersome here.
Down the hatch.
Chug, 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 chug. Oh, you can't chug that.
If I chugged any more, it was going to be milk all over my chest. It was going to be a bad scene. Okay, here we go. Chug times 2.
Oh,
That was close. Do a shoey.
Yeah.
Done.
That'll do. I got to clean up my crumbs. I also was starving, it turns out. This is hitting the spot.
you want? Where'd you put the? I mean, you can get yourself another slab.
No, I've got another food to try. It has nothing to do with Australia. By the way, thank you, Evan Olo. You're not going to finish your wheat bix.
Oh.
No, you don't have to. I'm
Well,
just kidding.
fine.
I'm just joking with you. Thank you, Evan Olawani, for getting us our bowls and spoons. We could not have done it without you, Evan, the king of New Jersey. We appreciate you. You make the Garden State proud. This, Heath and Josh, do you know what it is? I'm going to let you take a guess, and I will let you smell it, if you would like, just to help you. And you can feel it, too, through the Ziploc.
It's peanut butter fudge.
So
Wow.
that's what it seems like it is. Tate Pugh, longtime Bananas insider, legend of the broadcast and the chat, and official scorer of Banana Ball. He controls the historic Grayson Stadium scoreboard here in Savannah. He made this. This is peanut butter cheese.
Wow.
Right.
Peanut butter cheese, according to Tate himself. So I'm just going to plop that off. I'm going to take a little spoonful myself. I've never heard of it. It sounded disgusting, but it smells just like peanut butter, and it's got the consistency of fudge, like you said, Heath. So yeah, let's see what happens. I feel like milk could be really helpful with this too. Tastes like I'm eating peanut butter,
Yeah.
and it tastes like peanut butter fudge, but maybe just not quite as sweet.
Yeah, and that's firm.
That's good.
That is good.
It's tasty.
That's really good, Tate. Thank you, man. You guys want any more before we pass it on? This is kind of rich.
Just don't offer it to Chad Reese.
Oh, Chad! You want to just absolutely go buck wild tonight and down some peanut butter, man?
Looks like it.
You want some peanut? Yeah, that's not a look of a man who wants to go to the hospital, so we will not give him any peanut butter.
Oh, man down. Cheese down.
Peanut butter cheese took a tumble. I've got to chase that with some milk. And
Absolutely.
don't really have a cup here, so I'm just going to pour it into the bowl. I think I could eat that entire Ziploc of peanut butter cheese if I just kept chasing it with milk, you know? Sorry for not handing that to you, Josh.
No, it's okay. Heath, you good on milk?
I'm good.
Okay. Just making sure. Got to show some Southern hospitality. You know
That's
about
right.
that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that was absolutely scrumptious. Heath, I would keep you up here all night, but I'd love to let you get back with your. I know you got your family here and the team here and everything, so I appreciate you being a good sport and eating some weird stuff with us.
Absolutely.
Wheat Bix is not weird. It was delicious. It's one of my favorite things I've had in my entire life. But really appreciate you coming up to the booth, man.
Not a problem. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Heath,
Thanks.
good luck out there, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
There goes Mr. Heath Gray. And before we get our next guest up here on the Biko and Josh Rain Delay podcast with video, as you can see, video podcast really in the modern world. Let's look at some Nashville highlights.
I like.
What happened over there in the capital of the volunteer state? All right, going blind. No shot cheat, no problems. How about this? Right off the rip, Donnie on Friday night. Little double play top of the second. Oh, but wait a minute. Is it a double play, Josh?
I don't believe so. The Party Animals deciding to use their first ever challenge, and we're going to see Chase Acuff actually save Randy Voss overturning that call. And now you get into the 6th inning. Little ground ball with Zach Duke on the mound. How about Ryan Cox doing a little trick play and retiring Chase Acuff there?
That's some good stuff. And then Mr. Dalton Malden mic'd up. It's good that you can't hear it because we could barely hear him, but that's okay. Zach Duke absolutely dealing 3-pitch strikeout of Sam Claycamp, leading in to Connor Higgins, riding in style to the bump and getting a sweet between the legs, behind the back, force out from Ryan Cox to second. Bananas would win that one 3-2.
Yeah, and one more note with Zach Duke out there, the former big leaguer on the mound. Only 6 pitches for him in the 6th inning, a 1 minute and 34-second MPI, one of the top 10 fastest of all time.
Really impressive stuff, as is this snag by a fan. Are you kidding me? With the Bull shirt rocking, he gets Kyle Lewis out of a 1st and 3rd 2-out jam, inning-winning run. Could have scored there with the Bananas as the away team in this one. Laser beam home from Breland Almadova, not in time to get a tumbling, gator-rolling Bill Leroy, and he will lead the boys in a little drink celebration. And now Mr. Barry Zito, 15-year MLB Vet Cy Young Award in 2002 in the American League, 2010, 2012 World Series champion, 3-time All-Star. The accolades could go all night long. He gets a sweet double play there, ends up giving up a walk-off on a bloop that was in the air for a million years, just hitting the right spot by Tanner Thomas, and then Matt Malatesta on the bump. Bloomer drifts that over the head of Dakota Stiltz-Albritton at first, sets up a tie game going into the 9th, and with 2 strikes and 2 outs, Dakota McFadden. Right center field gap, gives the Nanners the lead. Danny Hosley would make sure that it counted.
Yeah, and Vinny DeRubius here in the 9th.
Whoa!
A little wild catch to end that game. Kind of an exciting play, and look at that, a pro. And we also had a pro making a fireworks play-by-play call that night, if I'm not mistaken.
Hey, have yourself a little gabagool, Mr. Vinny DeRuby. And we have the gabagool king himself.
Hey!
Oh, Randy Voss, how you doing, big dog?
Doing well. How are you, Biko? Josh? It's good to see you, gentlemen.
You as well, Randy.
Fantastic, man. You keeping the mask on just in case a pitch is thrown, or what's going on?
I figure I'll take it off.
Yeah.
You know, I try to stay on my toes most of the time. Haven't been too bad so far.
Boy, getting riled up about the Italian stallion just did something crazy to my throat there, but I've recovered. We're ready to rumble. Randy, you got your debut as the home plate umpire in Banana Ball on Friday night. You did an excellent job, and you are back behind the dish tonight. How has that experience been?
Biko, man, it's been awesome. Never in a million years could I think I would be in the position I am. And just to get to be around all you guys, not just the players, man. It's like a family atmosphere around here. Everybody's just wonderful. And getting to do that play just makes it so much better. Even though I couldn't do the job that my partner does, Vincent Chapman, I'm still working on that dance stuff. You know, he's getting there with me. But yeah, it's been the best time of my life, Biko. It has. I love it.
Now, you have Vincent Chapman to thank for getting here in the first place. You have Vincent Chapman to thank for getting the opportunity to be behind the dish as well.
That's right.
He's given you some pointers on the Tuka shaking and
That's
all
right.
that.
That's
Yeah.
right. We're getting there, you know, slowly but surely, you know. Slow and steady wins the race. That's what I like to say.
That's a good call. Now, Randy, I mean, in developing these dance moves, you think you're going to wind up with a signature move at all?
You know, I don't know. That's a good one. We could, actually. So one thing I did last week, I don't know if anybody on the broadcast caught it. I did the worm backwards. And Vincent likes to do the worm frontwards. So, I mean, that could be a thing, you know. That could be a thing we do.
Your worm was excellent, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I've worked, let's see, about 20 years on that.
Wow.
Like that.
How old are you now, Randy?
28.
Yeah, so since you're 8 years old, you've been worming.
Got to. That's how we get down in the country, you know. Gotta learn somehow.
That's what happens in Texas. You learn the worm at 8 years old. Second grade?
If you don't have anything else and you got the worm, you got it. You know?
I've heard the kids will bully you down there in Texas if you don't learn the worm.
Man, it's tough. It's tough. I don't want to talk about it.
No, dude, you're okay. You picked it up.
It's a safe space here. It's
Okay,
just
guys, we can
us
talk
and a
about
couple thousand of our best friends.
So, when I was 7, I didn't know the worm. So, when I turned 8, I had to learn the worm, you know? Because like you talked about.
Oh, gosh.
Wow.
This is
a moving story.
Yeah, it's cutting to the core. Well, I'll pick in real quick here for you, Randy. When I turned 7, my grandma Sarah told me that I was finally mature. That now I was mature, and it was time to be a mature young boy.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so it's interesting, how my life changed when I turned 7. I can remember driving in the car back from Mountain Laurel. We're going through High Falls, just left Rosendale, and she says, you're a mature young boy now. And that's a life-changing moment, like I was going this way. I was not going to be mature through my age 7 year. And then Grandma Sarah said, it's time to do it. And that was a fork in the road. So it was a year later, but a pretty life-changing moment for you, too, when you learned to do the worm.
I kind of gained a few friends off of the worm.
Really?
You know? Kind of gained a few friends.
You lose any friends because of it?
Maybe, I haven't really thought about it like that. I quite possibly could have.
Yeah. You'll have to go back and think about that a little bit, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So long ago.
So it's tickling my ankles.
When I was 7, Randy.
What happened when you were 7, John?
When I was 7, all the kids in class knew how to crank that Soldier Boy, and I did not.
That was a tough
one. Let me tell you, that was really hard to recover from. And I'll tell you the truth, it's quite a few years later, and I still don't know how to crank that Soldier Boy.
I don't know if I remember.
I couldn't do the whole dance for you right now, but I mean, when you are literally cranking that Soldier Boy, it's when you're doing this, and then you're gonna Superman that.
Oh, that's right.
Really good.
Thank you.
You've got it down. Look at you.
Yeah.
I've got the main steps down. There's some things like you were doing down there off camera, Randy, that you do with your feet as well. That's not quite as important, I don't think.
Yeah, that's not it.
If you hit those 3 big bang, 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 bang,
bang.
Whoa.
I like that part.
Could take you.
That's probably my favorite part.
Pretty far in life. Yeah, for sure. So, I mean, obviously dancing is embraced and loved and such a big part of the Bananas show before you got your opportunity behind the dish. Were you moving and grooving a little bit out there in the field at all?
I would get a little bit, loose, groovy in the field, I guess you could say. I would watch Vincent, and we would kind of vibe together.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Vincent right now. Love you, brother.
Now, is Vincent, is he flying in tomorrow? Is he in the area? Like, where is this man?
So I believe Vincent just landed. I received a text message from him, and unfortunately, he landed, but his luggage is lost somewhere in Texas.
Oh.
Hope you find that luggage, bud. You can always use my stuff. Love you, man.
It's very generous of you.
Partners, man. You gotta be.
Yeah.
It's my guy.
That was a nice moment there, and that's a fact. I mean, we did it about Michael Deeb at the start of the Rain Delay podcast. We could do it about Vincent Chapman here. These are guys we can wax poetic about. I mean, he is a one-of-one human being. The energy is unmatched, I think, by anybody I've ever met in my entire life. And you think you know Vincent Chapman. You think you know everything about him. And then you go to, Chad? What was that concert we went to with Vincent?
Ooh.
Yeah. 3 Days Grace, correct. Then you go to 3 Days Grace and Shinedown, and shout out from Ashes Anew, the opener. Yeah. from Ashes and New open that puppy up. You go to a 3 days Grace and Shinedown concert with Vincent Chapman, and he's got a banana shirt on and a hat, which he then threw to people at one point during the night. And you realize there's a whole version of him that you could never imagine.
Oh, dude, that's why I love him, man. He never meets a stranger. Dude, we're in the airport, and
That's the key. That's the key right there, is he never meets a stranger.
he never meets a stranger. We're in the airport, and somebody could be having the worst day, and he's going to go up to him and talk to him. And, you know, sometimes I'm like, hey, man, I don't think you should go and talk to that person. And he's like, nah, I've got to go talk to him and pick him up. And I'm like, all right, brother, you do you. And he turns all the people that are having a terrible day, man, he really does turn their day around. And that's one thing that I love so much about him.
No, he's a legend of the game, and you see that. I mean, it probably took us an hour and a half just to get out of End Market Arena and get into the car, because he doesn't run into anybody that he doesn't have an interaction with.
Never.
Now, Randy, I mean, Vince picks a lot of people up. I'd say you picked up about 4,000 people here in Grayson Stadium tonight. We can't gloss over the fact that you sung the national anthem here.
Oh, that did happen. That happened.
So
That happened.
So how did that happen?
So I think I actually blacked out for a second, guys. I'm going to be honest. That was probably that was the biggest crowd that I have ever sang in front of, other than, actually nothing. I love a little karaoke. I did go on American Idol, tried out for that whenever they came to Waco. That was pretty fun. Got a couple rounds deep in that. Unfortunately, didn't make it on the TV part. But once I had the opportunity today, heard that the actual person that was scheduled to do the anthem couldn't make it. And I was like, hey, why not? We like to do things that have never been done around here in Banana Land. And I would love to be the first umpire to sing the national anthem. So, like I said, why not?
Look at that. And what was the tryout like for you? Like, how'd you get the idea that this was a possibility, and how'd you make it happen?
So, like you guys said before, me and Vincent had met over the summer, and he had called me right before the season started. Said, hey, man, the Bananas are looking for a new field guy. Would you be interested? They want somebody that had college experience. I know that's you. What do you think? And I was like, no questions asked. I'm in. All in. Let's do it. So from there, Gillum, Viro called me. I came out, did a little scrimmage game.
Right.
And met everybody. And from there on, man, it's like we're family. Love all you guys.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. And then all of a sudden, you're stuck in traffic singing the national anthem to your phone and sending it over to Zach Frangelo.
That did happen.
Yes.
That did happen.
And then you're doing it. And now, because of that, as far as the three guys on the mic, I am the only one in this booth who has not sang the national anthem here in Grayson Stadium.
Well, you know what they say, Biko. It's not peer pressure. It's your turn, bud.
Yeah,
All right.
You should. I mean, I'm telling you, you should. It's pretty easy. Me and Randy, we plotted the same course here, just recording videos in our car, man.
That's it. That's where you get good.
All right.
I think. I mean, I'm
The
not. I
acoustics in there are
wouldn't say.
amazing.
I wouldn't say I'm good, but it was okay.
Okay, let's see what I can do in the old Prius. Randy Voss, we'd keep you up here all night, but it looks like things might be wrapping up.
Let's
and
go.
You're definitely needed down there. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, gentlemen. It was a pleasure being up here.
Great work, Randy.
I'll wave to you on the 7th.
There goes Mr. Randy Voss, exiting stage left. And the show continues to roll on. From Heath Gray to Randy Voss, to the darling of Bananaland, the pride of Richmond Hill, the ace of the 2021 Coastal Plain League champion Savannah Bananas, and the ace of your professional Savannah Bananas for the second season, the 6th year in Savannah as a Banana, Mr. Kyle Lewix. Thanks for joining the broadcast.
I didn't know if that was going to end.
Figured I might just do it the whole time and then...
Until the delay was over?
Right. Eventually, you'd have some kind of task and you'd just have to leave again. But you got to hear the greatest intro of your life, if
Yeah.
I had gone that long.
That was awesome. Young Professor who?
Right.
I had a lot of things to say, a lot
Yes.
of questions to ask.
Unload.
I've got so many things, but the first thing I got to get off my chest is, what is that?
Oh!
Is that-
oh!
Wow.
Is that
Yep,
is that cereal?
I'll be right back.
Hold on.
I think I just
Hold on, Kyle.
opened up a can of worms.
Oh, you sure did.
Is it Australian? What is it?
It is a little bit of an Australian delicacy. I won't spoil it until Biko comes back with a little milk. Oh, he's got the blueberries too. And dude, I think we all might be going back for a second bowl here.
You already had a
appears
first?
to be.
Have you already had a first?
Yes, we did. We enjoyed one with our friend Heath Gray.
Okay.
He's the first baseman tonight. for
Okay.
the Drop
Good.
Bears.
Good. You told me. Wheat Bix.
And yes, we are
Peanut
going
butter.
to give you some peanut butter wheat bix.
Power bites. That's a tongue twister. No free ads.
Yeah, I was terrified because I went in
Yeah.
the fridge and my blueberries weren't there, and then they were just sitting on the windowsill.
What's
Someone
that about?
Someone put my blueberries on the windowsill. I don't know what's going on there, but that's okay. Okay.
That's one thing I never leave home without. Oh, look at that. So it's like a breakfast bar.
Yeah.
Is the milk going to make it explode?
It depends. We actually
Do you stab it?
If you want to break it up
Yeah.
before you pour the milk in, you
No,
can.
I want the milk to go to work. I want to see what that does with
Let's
it.
see what happens here. We'll see if the folks can see too. Okay. Big pour. I'm going to pour right on the
Say
wheat
when.
bix.
When? That's good. I
Yep.
haven't had milk all day.
Wow.
Yeah, no, something feels off.
Your bones probably aren't as strong as they should
They're
be.
as strong
Kyle.
as ever, Josh. I don't even need
Yeah.
to knock on wood. I've never broken a bone.
Me neither. Well, I chipped
My
my
bones
ankle.
are actually made of vibranium.
Unobtainium. Shout
I
out.
think that's on the periodic table. Yeah, it's
that's-
breaking right up.
That's James Cameron right there.
It's breaking right up.
It is, huh? Okay, let's throw that down. Oh, I don't want to.
Yes,
here,
please.
Okay.
here you are, Josh.
I'll wait for you guys.
That's
I've
good.
got mine at the consistency I think I want.
Oh, go crazy. You want
Kind
to
of like a soupy oatmeal.
Yeah, go after that thing quickly because
It's
it'll
gonna-
sog up real
oh,
quick.
really? Okay. What do they call that? ASMR?
Mm-hmm.
When
Yes.
you eat real close to the mic? Mm-hmm. Let me get you guys as close as I can get. Mm-hmm. See if I can get you a good slurp.
Josh, you want some blueberries in this round? That's a great slurp.
That's really good.
So look at this hole. I just like peeled the top off it.
There's something going. Oh,
I'll take 2 blueberries. 2 blueberries.
no more, no less.
Only 2 blueberries.
Looks like the tarp's coming
2
off.
blueberries or I take off this headset.
1, 2
Thank you.
blueberries.
Good stuff.
Kyle, you want any blueberries?
I'm all good in the blueberry department. Thank you, though.
I'm gonna
Okay.
take this many blueberries. Really good.
You're crazy.
All right, looks like we're about to rip the tarp off this field. Kyle,
All I'm ripping is
Wheat Bix.
all I'm ripping is Wheat Bix. That's it. I don't know anything else. This is good stuff. It's like a less flavorful, different flavored Frosted Flakes, which I really like a lot. It's just missing the 7 pounds of sugar. You know.
So our Aussie friends say you are supposed to eat this with some sugar or some honey on it.
Got it.
Makes sense, right? Hey, look at this.
There goes that tarp.
Look at that. And-
Man, I couldn't have scripted this any better.
Right?
This is marvelous. I've never seen a tarp pull from this angle.
Any thoughts on it?
It's a lot better than pulling it.
Boy,
Pretty easy.
the blueberries really class up the joint.
How many tarps you fellas think you've pulled in your lives?
Wow. Wow. Probably like 100, 125, somewhere in between there.
I think I'm only in the 10-15 range.
Really?
To tell you the truth.
I'd probably say
Only
I'm
been
at.
here about 1 year, man.
I think I'd say probably two. I'm at 200 in Grayson Stadium alone.
Wow. You are a true warrior.
Then in high school, Richmond Hill down the road, I probably pulled 10 or 15.
Yeah, not a lot in high school for me
Not
either.
a lot. And then you get Grace going to college, and you play on 2 turf fields for 5 years.
Whoa!
So it was fun to watch the away teams pull it, but never had to pull it at North Georgia or Jacksonville State. So
How about them apples?
really good stuff.
When you-
I'm coming around to this.
I've loved it from the jump.
I think it's getting better by the bite.
People,
I think I'd eat this unironically.
correct.
I agree.
Even after the Aussies leave?
Yeah.
Nice. It's
Like
good to hear.
I'm telling you, man, if I was just kind of laying around the house, looked in the kitchen cabinet, saw the Wheat Bix, I'm probably
You gonna
pouring
grab 'em?
myself some. Yeah.
Now, you guys big cereal guys or no? I know you love
Talking
milk.
to the biggest
Yeah.
milk fanatic on this side.
I don't know. Have you been? How many milk conventions have you been to, Biko?
Correct. One less than you.
Yes.
First of all.
I've been to one.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I love milk more than most things in life, and I love cereal more than most things in life.
Okay, let's do a live cereal draft.
Oh,
Whoa!
I love you, Kyle.
3 picks a person. We'll snake draft it, and we're gonna go Biko, Josh, me, and so forth until all the picks are picked.
That's good. That's good.
So Biko, you are 1-1 on the clock now.
Now, this is tough because 1-1 for me is not 1-1 for the rest of the world.
Well, 1-1. It's your draft. You know, it's very personal.
It is personal, but
You have to tailor to yourself.
You do, but I kind of think I can get this in a later round. So draft strategy
Interesting.
says that I am going to go with. Excuse me.
Bear. Good, Biko.
I haven't heard one of those in a while.
No, months upon
Yeah.
months.
Maybe a
Nearly
year.
full year.
Jenks, show me Coke.
I'm blanking here, but I know what I
We
want.
got them right where we want them.
Yeah, we do.
I know what I want. I know what I want here, and it is Lucky Charms.
Ugh.
Wow.
That's the one you couldn't have gotten later?
Okay.
That's so bad.
Oh, my God.
That's so bad. Wow.
I thought that was great.
No, that's
I needed like a
critical error,
7-pick draft to get to that.
Wow.
Jeez.
Okay,
No way.
I want no part of that.
Josh, what do you got, buddy?
Easy. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Dang it.
I kind of wish I grabbed that. Yeah, it's a bad start for Biko. It's a bad start. Gosh,
That's not good.
that's not. It's not. I thought you guys were gonna. I love Lucky Charms, and it's such a sweet treat. I never got to eat
The
it. when I
best
was
part
younger.
of it is the marshmallows.
Correct, but I don't want too many. Like in a Lucky Charms bite, I want one marshmallow.
That's it?
And the rest of the spoon to be filled with the crunchies.
Ugh.
I don't like too much sweet. I don't want to be overpowered by the sweet.
What if they're not crunchy anymore? What if they're soggy and you're eating a
it's-
soggy marshmallow?
That's still what I want.
Well,
Doesn't matter if it's soggy or not.
no.
That's the equation. Okay. All right, I got Lucky Charms. Josh has Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Kyle, your first round pick.
Is going to be Reese's Puffs.
It's a good pick.
Solid.
See, I like Lucky Charms more than them. But
No.
it's okay.
No.
Out of the 3 that have been named,
Yeah.
I like Lucky Charms the least.
Me
All
too.
right. Well,
Me too.
We'll
I'm
post,
Cinnamon Toast
we'll
Crunch
post
guy.
we'll post the draft
Through and through.
in the YouTube chat after. and we'll see who wins. We'll see who wins. We're 1 round in, 2 to go. Kyle, snaking back to you, buddy.
I think
Give
the YouTube
me-
poll can decide who
Yeah.
won the draft.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
See, I don't want to miss here. I really wanted Reese's Puffs, so I'm happy that that's on my team. But I'm gonna have to wait a long time until I get to pick again. So that's what scares me. Josh scares me because you don't scare. You could pick whatever you want. I don't think it's gonna make my draft. Respectfully, call yourself the king of milk.
As you said, everybody's draft is their draft.
Yeah, if that makes you happy and you can sleep good with
Makes
Lucky
me so
Charms
happy.
tonight, then be happy, please. And I'm gonna make myself happy.
like
No, I'm not gonna take this. I'm gonna take this one third.
Wow. Maybe I'll take it second.
No, you're not. Actually, you might. I'm going to get really specific here.
Okay.
You guys may have never had it. Comes in a purple box. It's Fruit Loops marshmallows.
Yeah, I've never heard of that in my entire life.
Never had it.
You should have had
How are
it.
the marshmallows?
Just like Lucky Charms, but you got Fruit Loops with Lucky Charms. So basically, all I did was just take a big old boom boom on Biko's first round pick.
I don't want Fruit Loops marshmallows. It's too sweet. That's too much
No,
sweetness.
no, you're all wrong. You're all wrong.
You know the
And the box is so cool looking.
I thought you were gonna go Raisin Bran.
Oh God,
box.
spare me.
I can spoil a pick because none of us are gonna pick it. Who do we look like? But it's purple, right? Raisin Bran's
purple box.
Yeah.
For a second.
No shot.
Yeah, you do know that all the Fruit Loops, even though they're different colors, they all taste the same. They're not
No,
different
that's not
flavors.
true.
Dude.
Dude, you can't tell me the yellow Fruit Loop tastes like the red Fruit Loop.
Okay.
You are crazy.
No,
You are crazy. easy. We're gonna get in a fight. We're gonna get in a fight. We're gonna get in a fight over this, Josh.
We're just going to box of Fruit Loops.
It's like saying the blue is the same color as red.
Oh, dude. No.
You both are disgusting me, right? Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I'm going to... Second
What
round.
did you take?
I still only have Lucky Charms.
Oh, okay, take something,
I haven't
please.
even taken my pick yet.
Oh, right. My bad. Sorry, I get really worked up over this.
No kidding. Okay. Second round pick. I'm going to go with my gut here. I'm not sure it's the most popular, but it is mighty delicious in my humble opinion. I'm going to go Special K Red Berries.
Amazing. Good pick. That's a very good pick, Josh. That's one of my favorite cereals.
It is a top tier cereal in my book.
Chad says based in our ears. All right, Special K Red Berries. I really just need the dried
It
strawberries.
has the berries.
I just need the dried strawberries. That's where I had like a health food version of that growing up, and when I tried the Special K, I was like, this is also good. Okay, so I have 2 picks, my last 2 picks of the draft, as we're only going 3 rounds. Kind of an advantage to go first. I knew this would get back to me. It's my favorite cereal of all time, Honey Bunches of Oats. Put it on the board. Yes! What do you guys think of Honey Bunches of Oats?
I'm speechless at this point. I've lost words.
It's okay.
I don't even know if I know how to speak English.
It's okay.
Tucker Brooks is all in on them. Carrie Heater is not.
Ugh.
I love them. I like them. I love them. I want some more of them.
You can have all of mine. And then some. I don't want any part of it. Go ahead, Josh.
Biko gets another pick.
Yeah, it's
Kyle,
snake trap, buddy.
you got lost in the snake, bro.
I'm just upset. I'm disappointed in us as a group. What are you guys putting in? What kind of milk are you putting in it?
Whole milk.
Whole?
Every
Whole?
time.
Okay, cool. We agree on one thing. This is awesome.
Hey, look at that. Kumbaya.
I thought Josh was going to go skim or something.
What I look like? Skim milk boy. Yeah, right.
This
know.
is tough for me.
It's coming from the same guy that doesn't snack.
Honorable mentions will be very interesting. That was a low blow. I'm going to take Frosted Flakes.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I wanted.
That's for my Grandpa Larry right there.
That's another thing. We were all in the same place.
Frosted Flakes. Yeah, right on that.
We were all thinking that one.
We wanted that, yeah.
Third round steal.
Yeah,
Your
feels
bet-
good.
Yeah,
Feels good. I got Tony the Tiger. Come at me.
I will.
Okay, Josh, your last pick.
I've got a
Not one off the
toucan.
top of my head, but I've got to cross my T's, dot my I's, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Oh man,
Chat's going wild.
I'm gonna go frosted mini wheats.
Oh, that's a heck of a pick. I kind of like them more than Frosted Flakes.
Way better than
Oh, that's Chad's #1
I
draft
think
pick
I
right
just
there.
won this cereal draft.
Jeez,
I think
Josh.
I just absolutely ran the categories.
Oh, I grew up on Frosted Mini Wheats.
Oh,
Good
man.
thing they weren't in my brain. It's a good snack.
Those were my 2. It was either Frosted Flakes or Frosted Mini Wheats.
Yeah.
There you go.
Kyle, the last pick of the draft, Mr. Irrelevant.
It's going to be more relevant than whatever you took first. Lucky Charms.
What are you talking about? I bet, as far as cereal commercials, you've seen more Lucky Charms than any
What does
other.
that have to do with the cereal being good?
That means that they're getting a ton of ad money.
No, they're paying a lot of ad money.
Yeah, because
Because
can
their
pay-
cereal sucks.
Because people are buying so many Frosted. Never mind.
No.
Lucky Charms.
Give me, I'll take Cocoa Pebbles.
Cocoa Pebbles is a good pick.
I was scared to go 2 chocolates in but I feel good about it.
Yeah. Okay, honorable mentions, Cookie Crisp.
Good. Yeah, it's not bad. It gives me a weird bit of a texture when they get soggy. It's weird feeling. Kind of almost feels like a loogie.
Like a Louis.
No. Fruity Pebbles is not taken.
Kara Heater says Fruity Pebbles, honorable mention.
I like I used to eat bowls of them sometimes. The Cinnabon. You guys know what I'm talking about? They were like little mini cinnamon rolls. I think they might have been Cinnabon brand.
No, I do not.
They're
but
good.
That's cool. It feels like a relative of Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah, like the least favorite son. But it's still good.
Right,
and it's still better than Lucky Charms.
Shout out my health food upbringing. Puffins. Puffins were great, but boy, they would gash your mouth up. They were jagged. Thank you for taking that tear away.
Your tear duct's working.
The draft is making me emotional. Yeah, okay, so let's go through the draft again, by the way.
Oh, I don't get my honorable mention. That's cool.
Everybody can get an honorable
Yeah, get
mention.
in there.
Captain Crunch with the berries.
Whoa!
That's good. That's good. Kara off camera has 2 honorable mentions. Are you looking up the cereals? That's cheating.
Life.
Life. Apple Jacks is good. Apple Jacks is really good.
Great commercials.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Barry texted me
That was good.
just seconds before you said Captain Crunch with berries and said you are all crazy for not saying Captain Crunch. So, what does it taste like? What's Captain Crunch?
I don't even know the flavor. Yeah.
Sugary cinnamon?
Cereal.
Oh,
I
just
don't
sugary?
know.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the berries gives it the fruity flavor.
Yeah, see, the straight
Yeah, I could get
sugar
behind that.
ones is what throws me off, man. That's why I like Lucky Charms so much.
Honorable
It's my
mention,
number one
Wheat
pick.
Bix.
Yeah, Wheat Bix, obviously. Okay, so the draft. I got the first overall pick, and then we snaked it back around and around. I took Lucky Charms, controversial, but I stand by it. Honey Bunches of Oats in the second round. That's my favorite cereal of all time, and I probably eat a bowl a day. And Frosted Flakes with my third round pick. Good value there. Josh got Cinnamon Toast Crunch, second overall. That was a very good snag. That's a delicious cereal. Special K Red Berries, really incredible Frosted Mini Wheats. I don't want to sway the vote at all. I don't want anybody. I want people to vote for me, but I would probably vote for Josh. And Kyle, Reese's Puffs, Fruit Loops Marshmallow, and
If you
Cocoa Pebbles.
guys don't know, you need to know.
I'm interested.
So good. I'll buy you a box.
I would appreciate
I'll buy you both a box so you
You're a
guys can
generous
have
man.
better taste in cereal.
Color me curious here. Okay, to dig into the K Club chat, a pinch here. Kristen is team oat milk, but she's also lactose sensitive. So
That's fair.
I've had a lot of cereal with oat milk, and it's not bad, but it's not whole milk.
See, Bill really likes this banana almond milk. I mean, which is really on brand.
Yes.
I think it personally tastes awful.
I think I tried it.
There's
in
a
your fridge
really
once.
weird-looking consistency.
I didn't like it.
That freaks me out.
Right.
Is it chunky?
No, it's really smooth, but it has a weird color to it. And it makes any cereal or anything you eat it with taste like bananas. So they like to do it with Apple Jacks. So it was like banana Apple Jacks, and it was really bad. I've never understood the hype behind it.
You guys want to know something pretty fascinating here?
Yes.
We're well over 200 votes in the poll, and Kyle is currently leading. We saw that coming with 42%. Josh has 34%, and I am really far back at 23%.
Yeah, I mean, what's new?
Barry says Golden Grams.
Never had
That
them.
is a good one.
I've seen them. I know what they look like. Never had them. See, I was trying to think of those little at the
Honey Smacks?
Honey Smacks.
Never heard of her.
Nope.
With a frog. There's a frog on it, apparently.
I was thinking of the little cereal cups you could get when you ate like breakfast at school.
Oh,
All of those were just trying to cycle through my mind, and I was trying to think of good ones based off of that.
it's a good way to attack it there. I'm trying to think anything else in my life that really means something. No free ads, but Trader Joe's has like a maple and granola amalgamation. And I'm a sucker. That's why I love Honey Bunches of Oats so much.
Yeah.
Is because I'm a granola man, but I
Yeah.
want some cereal. I love when two worlds meet.
Yeah.
And they don't bounce off each other. They converge.
Yeah.
And so the same thing on the Honey Bunches of Oats. There's this maple crunchy cereal at Trader Joe's that just rocks my world.
Dude, the amount of times I've seen you Frankenstein cereals is just baffling. It starts with the basic pour of the cereal, then we've got some yogurt, then we've got some blueberries, maybe some honey in there.
If
I've
it's
seen
plain
the honey.
yogurt, I'll put honey on. If it's a flavored yogurt, I will not put honey on.
Josh, you're making a bit of a climb.
Sometimes one other fruit and then milk. It's unbelievable.
Now, I just need to make sure that we're not all. Anybody's got bad intentions in here.
Right.
Everybody's going cereal and then milk, right?
Yeah, come on.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Right.
Holy cow.
And how many bowls of cereal would you say you average if you sat down, like for breakfast, I'm having cereal this morning. How many bowls are you guys cranking out?
2.
At a minimum, because that second bowl, that milk that collects
Ooh.
flavoring from the
Right.
second bowl and the
Right.
second bowl, or the first bowl and the second bowl, phenomenal.
I pretty much always slurp my milk if there's any left.
Oh, you gotta be disciplined
Patient.
and tapped in, as Coach Reginald said.
Right.
And you got to save that milk because then it can get even more flavor.
Right.
You can add some milk to it, but
We are 2 minutes away from Banana Ball resuming. By the way, there's a Banana Ball game that's going to happen tonight. The Aussie Drop Bears are taking the field. We're in the middle of the third inning. And, hey, you know what? I would talk about milk literally all night long.
Yeah.
And I would talk about cereal for weeks upon weeks. But we should probably recap what happened in this ball game so far tonight, since we're going to play it again in 2 minutes.
yeah, we're going to hit the bottom of the third, and I think we're down 2-0.
All right, so let's just take a gander at some highlights. Hey, that's Dan Oberst's girlfriend.
That is,
Melissa,
yeah.
feeding a baby some milk, it looked like. You got a parade.
Some milk.
Banana Nana, Stilts and Company is all fired up. That's the Australian flag, for anybody wondering. By the way, they wear those out on the outback, and they have like corks that dangle them, so you can spin your head, and they'll attack flies.
That's really smart.
There's a lot of flies on the
We
outback.
need those with all the gnats here
Correct. That's
today and yesterday.
It's a cricket bat for anybody wondering. Malachi Mitchell spooked, getting back. Mello! Look what I found. It was a great snag. People are fired up. Was that shout? Looked like a little shout. Dakota McFadden with a barrel. That is going to win the first inning.
Family in attendance.
Is that true?
Yes, he sent a message in our group meet late last night asking for tickets because he had family in town.
Yeah.
I made sure to highlight that and tell all the boys in our group meet that we have to get him however many tickets he needs.
Correct, because
With good reasoning.
he literally becomes the greatest baseball player of all time when family or people he loves are in the stands. DR Meadows got a sprint, and the Drop Bears nabbed him. It's a close play at second. Chris Walker calls him safe. We would have a challenge from the Drop Bears on that, and the call would be reversed. Fifth challenge in Banana Ball history. So far, the teams are 3 for 3. Bananas, Drop Bears, and Party Animals are all 1 for 1. The fans are 0 for 2, but they still have their challenge tonight. It has not been used by the fans.
As do the Bananas, correct? We haven't challenged anything yet, right?
That's a fact. And as do the Drop Bears, because they won
They
their
got theirs
challenge.
back. That
they
is
get it
correct.
back. Okay, so we are back in action. Noah Bridges leading it off for the Nanners at the bottom of the order. It's 10-1 and 2. The Bananas need to score 2 runs to tie this inning, 3 runs to win it.
We've got a new man on the bump for the Drop Bears. I'm assuming we'll have a new man on the bump for the Bananas. I feel like that was too long of a delay for Christian Dearman to go back out. Zach Frangelo just wore one off the butt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, how about them apples? Oh, foot, maybe? Something on the posterior side.
Pretty fascinating. 2-2 to Bridges. And the count will run full. It's Harrison Babbitt, the new man on the mound for the Drop Bears. And he gets Noah Bridges swinging. Good 3-2 pitch there. Kyle, what have you seen out of the Drop Bears so far in 2.5 innings of play?
I mean, really good stuff. Obviously, I think highlighted by the ball four defense sprint that they had. That was pretty impressive. I think very impressive for the first run through that they had. I think a lot of that had to have dripped off of Josh Lavender, playing with us last tour and playing with them this year. Just some good stuff. A lot of fun, a lot of antics, a lot of foreign antics because they're from out of the country, obviously. And, I mean, some good baseball players over there down under.
By the way, that is not Harrison Babbitt. It didn't look like him, but it did look like he was wearing number 8, which would have made him Harrison Babbitt. Instead, we're going to say it's Taylor Wall, and that makes sense because I chatted with him beforehand, and that looks like him.
That's good logic there.
And we got to the bottom of that one. Start to the evening for the man out of Summerville, South Carolina. Erskine teammate of Heath Gray.
Thought that might have caught Doc.
I was going to say it didn't. DR Meadows had a one-base sprint, as you saw at the end of that highlight there. Ended up being cut down. That was easily the best sprint defense we've seen from a challenger on the tour.
Absolutely. Maybe, the best against the Bananas all year.
That's actually a good point. And he's going to get a sprint again. We'll see if they can repeat the performance around the infield quickly. Yeah, look at these guys crash. DR only one base. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
I mean, you're just seeing early banana ball IQ from these guys. I'm seeing the outfielder shading in very quickly anytime there's a 3-ball count.
I was going to say, I wonder how long they were practicing it, but they couldn't have been practicing this morning because we were running Bananas Camp.
Correct.
I was out here and they weren't.
They did practice for a couple hours yesterday. Well, I was chatting with guys, although it was mostly just BP and getting loose. I didn't see them do any sprint defense.
Well, I saw them doing some a little bit this afternoon, and let me tell you, they were getting quite excited about the way they were able to pull it off.
Pickoff attempt there for Taylor Wall. It gets away from Heath Gray over at first base, so the Erskine to Erskine connection not strong in that instance.
We got 2 Erskine boys there?
That's a fact.
How about that?
Well, Fleet continues to have a prominent place in Bananas lore.
Yard card.
Big cut and a miss on the bender.
Had to get it out there. I feel good about it. DJ's on a tear, man.
Eric reached on an error and did not score the inning-winning run because Malachi Mitchell pinch ran for him as he's way out in front of that 67-mile-an-hour bender.
But he's definitely not out of it because I am EJ's locker mate, and I saw him eating a steak bowl from Season in Japan before the game.
Able to stay with that one. These benders from Taylor Wall have been effective. He throws 3 different fastballs, 4-seam, 2-seam, and cut. And he'll throw a slider and a changeup. It's been basically all sliders to Eric Jones Jr. Maceo Harrison shaking that posterior. And a cut and a foul tip into the mid of Jaden Gray.
It almost looked like a changeup. Something different, maybe a split.
Hey, Jaden Cavill just combined Heath and Jaden there.
Nice. There goes my yard card.
I like the move. Eric Jones Jr. has been amazing against challengers.
4 home runs against 5 challenger opponents so far on the tour. The only team he didn't homer against was the Florence Yalls.
Only had 1 opportunity out of the 8 challenger games. Every other challenger has had a couple, as Maceo does his infamous Miley Cyrus wrecking ball dance, and Michael Deeb's got a 1-1 count on him.
Your favorite.
It's legendary. Just can't get enough of it.
Fun fact about Michael Deeb here, he sent a late night group me message as well in our group me, and it was a link to a YouTube video that was 15-minute long of just hard contact from players in the MLB over the years. So I feel pretty good about something here.
He singled his first time through the right side. Backdoor bender. Does it get to the porch? Count even at 2-2. And now the count is full. Ball 4 will score Meadows from second and put the inning tying run aboard in Michael Deeb. Drop Bears outfielders creeping in. Meadows goes off. Boy, that just missed up and out. And Deeb not going to test this defense.
Yes, he is.
Chugging towards second, and the tag could have been in time, but Riley Light not able to handle it cleanly. Now the inning time run in scoring position, and the ever dangerous Dan Oberst at the dish.
Well, you don't like making the last out there with putting your runner in scoring position, but Michael Deeb knows how imperative it is to get a guy over there at second or even third base and try and get the Bananas yet another run to tie this inning.
Not just any man, the fastest man in banana ball.
Malachi Mitchell pinch runs for the second time tonight. And the heater high to Dan Oberst, who grounded out to Chris Oxspring on the mound his first time. Mighty hack and a miss. Like a tight cutter right on the outside corner. When at 79. Great to have Trackman in action for the first time on the tour here in Grayson Stadium. That ball laced down the left field line. It's trouble. Oh, under the attempt of Cooper Morgan. And the Bananas tie the inning. Dan up to second base. He's the inning-winning run. 2-out rally from the Nanners.
That's a big hit for Dan Oberst. That now gives him 20 extra base hits on the tour for the Bananas. The tour leader in OPS plus for them, 100th the tour average. Dan at 159 entering play today. A big part of that's his ability to hit for extra bases.
Oh, and a monstrous jump on second.
That's his 20th steal in 23 tries.
He could have walked in.
Very smart base runner. And what a save there by Jaden Cable. It's just the
Tomato.
It's a bugaboo for me. I've said it 3 different times, 3 different ways. It's not like his dad is the man who made this whole thing happen or anything. That one shot down the right field line. If it's fair, it's big trouble. It is barely foul.
Family, man.
Had the walk-off double in the first inning. Driving in Malachi Mitchell, reason why the Nanners have a point tonight. Rough Bears had a great chance to even the score in the all-important points category.
Just foul on the replay.
2-out sprint from Deeb and the 2-out double from Dan. As that's a check swing, McFadden off to the races. Mr. Ober scores. It's D-Mac's 3rd. Check that, 4th steal of first on the tour, but the really important part is the Bananas walk the inning off 3 runs to 2 and lead the game 2 points to nothing. And how about this?
He's looking like the man when he walks through.
Boombox King.
Boombox has seen better days. But it's still kicking.
After 3 innings of play, 2-0 lead for the Nanners. And welcome up to the broadcast booth. We're just trying to figure out
Playing limbo.
how we're going to do this thing here.
What is that?
Kyle, Josh, and I have already had this great cheese.
That looks like a praline.
This looks like your spoon here. It's.
Can y'all go first? I'm scared.
We already
That
have.
is way too big of a chunk for me. Is it sweet? What is it? Yeah, that's massive.
It's peanut butter cheese.
Okay, cool. It looks like peanut butter. I'm so scared of this.
It's good. I liked it. It tastes like fudge.
You won't even be able to tell it's cheese.
No. I don't think cheese is the right name for it, but it is what it is. It was made by Tate Pugh, our scorekeeper here at Grayson Stadium. And good thing we got a half of inning of work in. It was a fun one. 3 runs for the Nanners. They walk off the 3rd. We are going back into a rain delay as we speak.
Tasted just like peanut butter.
Right?
Yeah, no problem. Can I get some of that milk?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh, you're such a pro. We did the exact same thing.
I was going to take it out the jug.
Go crazy. It's my jug. Really, it's Paula Berman's milk. Thank you,
Thanks,
Paula,
Paula,
for letting us have the milk. And by the time she gets back into Savannah on Sunday, this jug's going to be gone. I'm going to have to buy
It'll be gone by the end of the night.
Yeah, thank you. I could use some, too.
Do I have any milk in my mustache?
Nothing like just hanging with the boys and passing around the jug of milk, you know?
There's something, magical about it.
So what are we going to draft in this rain delay?
It's got to be. What was the ending consensus of the cereal draft? Does anybody have that?
Kyle. You probably won.
Kyle won with, what did Josh have, Chad? I don't know if you remember. Kyle won with 43% of the vote.
Thank you.
Yes, Josh was second.
That means you came in.
Well, you were first, Josh was second, and that's all we really have to talk about as far as the cereal draft. It was fun. I honestly liked Josh's draft the most. The people like Kyle's the most.
Something just doesn't feel right here, but I get it.
Just because Biko liked yours means you win automatically?
Dude, don't lie to me and tell me you honestly thought you had a better draft than me, Kyle.
I'm going to sit right here and tell you I think I had a better draft than you.
Goodness, Kyle.
Kyle, give me like 1 inch this way.
Flabbergasted.
You're kind of getting half cut off here. Okay, so before we get into our draft, let's get a couple Australian slangs out here real quick. Boys, what do you think thongs are?
Oh, I read this one, and I should know it.
Why is your neck like that? Are you in pain?
Me?
No, Josh.
No, I'm
Is it-
actually okay.
Is it moving around or what's
No,
happening?
he just like.
Got him nestled in.
Yeah.
I think a thong is. I don't know. I don't have a good guess.
Here, this is the pro thing to do. Can you use it in a sentence, Biko?
Yes, I would love to go to the beach with my thongs.
Flip flops.
Yes.
Duh. Knew that. I wore my thongs to the field today.
Yes, you did. Good. Multiple thongs.
Yeah, I've got more than one.
Yeah.
They're brown, though.
Oh, gosh, this is great. What do you guys think whoop whoop means?
Whoop whoop
Yeah.
means to celebrate.
In America, it does.
Dang it.
Not in Australia. Oh, well, it might also.
Yeah.
It's got another meaning in Australia. And I'll give it to you in a sentence.
Thank you.
That guy lives out in Whoop Whoop.
Middle of nowhere.
Nailed it.
I'm Australian.
I mean, I kind of put that on a silver platter there. I was gonna say I come from Whoop Whoop, but we got 20,000 people in Saugerties. It's not
Yeah.
really Whoop Whoop. Okay. Straya. What do you think Straya is?
A gym.
Good guess. It's not it. Josh had 34%. Thank you, PJO Edits. Good time to look at the chat.
Straya.
Yeah. So he was 9% behind you, and you could do the math. I was very close to both of them. I would really love to go to Straya.
Australia.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Straya. You got to think not a lot of these, but I would say a decent amount of them is just shortening, right? You know, we're just shortening stuff up here. Looks like Chad Reese, our coordinating producer, is cooking some more up. Okay, yeah. Oh, a Mozzie. And this is one where it's a straight shorten, kind of. It's in the vicinity. What do you think a Mozzie is? I am so sick of these Mozzies.
Oh, I know this one. I've got it. It's a mosquito.
Nailed it. Good job.
Come on.
I was going to say a Maserati.
I just missed a call from your dad, Kyle.
Huh?
See what he's got going on.
Your dad's gonna tell the broadcast that he thought I had a better cereal draft than you.
Yeah, that. Nice.
Maybe it was a butt dial. I mean, he's probably watching the broadcast. He's got to have some kind of input here. You think he sent us to voice?
Should we leave him a message?
Yeah. Be the proper thing to do. That's good etiquette.
Oh, jeez. I was about to blast the number right on the broadcast. Okay. Hi, Mr. Lewigs, Biko, Josh, and your son Kyle here. Thank you for giving us a call during the broadcast. Hope all is well out in Texas.
Yeah, I love you, Dad. Why'd you call?
I love you too, Kyle's dad. Can't wait to hear you say that I had a better cereal draft than your son.
Yes, I also love you, and I also love Kyle's mom, Vicky. You guys are both amazing. Okay.
See ya.
Goodbye.
I don't know. I wonder, what is it, Thursday?
It's Thursday
I
night.
feel like he's working.
It's 8:05 p.m. in
He works the
Texas.
night shift.
Well, yeah. Maybe butt dial.
I don't know.
It's a mystery. We'll never know because he didn't pick up. What do you guys think lollies are?
Lollipop.
Lollipops.
Close. A lollipop is a kind of lolly.
Sucker.
Candy. Yeah. Chad, say that again, buddy, in our ears. Whoa. This is about to be controversial.
Oh, wow.
How about an Australian draft from 3 citizens of the United States of America?
I was going to say Mario Kart player draft, but Australian draft feels better because
it feels more on point, doesn't it? Yeah. That's Chad likes Mario Kart.
maybe we'll get another rain delay.
Yeah, we'll do Australia for now.
Australia first. See where we're at in the rain delay.
It's a shame we don't have Mario Kart up here. We could really put on a show
That's a fact.
Yeah, we
for the
could.
people.
I'd rip you in the Wii.
Okay.
Just saying.
Let's go in reverse order, boys. Kyle, Josh, Biko this time around. Australia, what is going to be, and this is the start of the rain delay, so let's just do a typical Mount Rushmore 4 picks.
Okay.
Make it all the way around.
Good.
Yeah.
This is a lot of pressure to have the first pick.
Biko put his water.
The best
around it.
thing of
Yeah, this is. I don't know what to pick. Hey, Mr. Lewigs.
Got the voicemail.
Kyle's dad. What's going on?
Hey, how we doing?
Really good. What are you up to tonight?
Just kind of watching a little banana ball with the Aussie drop bears.
Did you have a purpose in your call to Biko?
Actually, your mom asked me for Biko's number because she wanted to text him something. So
Oh, okay.
that's how it originated.
Gotcha.
Nice. And then
Gotcha.
so it's like a little slip of the finger for the call.
Yeah, a little bit. I was pretty proud of the drinking out of the jug with the milk. I was wondering where you learned that.
That would be from you. And I had to get the peanut butter out of my mouth.
It tastes better straight from the jug.
It does. It's true.
Yeah, it completely always does. I always had to sneak that in, even with my mom.
Oh, that's good stuff. Well, we always appreciate you calling in, whether you mean to or not. And it's great to hear your voice tonight.
You too. Have some fun tonight. It looks like you are.
Alrighty, we'll talk to you soon, Dad.
Okay, love you.
Love you guys.
Love you too.
Love you.
There he goes.
He sounds like he was blushing over the phone.
I don't know what that was
I
about.
could feel a blush when Josh and I said that we love him, which we do. So
Kangaroos.
No doubt.
I would like to take kangaroos with my number 1 pick.
safe pick. You can't argue with that.
They're awesome. Jinx, you owe me another Coke.
2 of them.
It's 2.
That's
I
2.
would like one of them to be cherry.
Later on in the series here, we've got 4 games, so we don't want to expend all of our research here on night 1. There is an Aussie drop bear who fought a kangaroo. And I will reveal that at another time.
Yeah, we need to know more about that.
That's what we call a tease in the business.
We went to the Nashville Zoo, not to get off topic,
Yes.
but I'm staying extremely on topic.
Yeah.
We got to walk through a kangaroo exhibit where you could walk through like a sidewalk kind of thing that walked through their exhibit. And if the kangaroos got close enough to the cart path, you could pet them. It's awesome. There was
Did you
one.
take one?
Oh, I didn't. Kara did. And Tara did. Nick
Wow.
Gallo's girlfriend.
The eras.
Yeah, it was awesome. There was one kangaroo there that just had a Joey, and she was hopping around with it in its pouch. We learned some fun facts, and then we got out of Dodge.
That's very cool. Kangaroos is a great first pick.
Thank you.
Okay, Josh.
Ooh, I'm conflicted.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
this-
of a lot of things. Also, lately with my drafts, I'm trying to touch all the bases.
Yeah, it's
You know,
good.
I don't like
Good.
to stay in one particular place and train of thought.
Right.
So I'm going to start off, and I think this is good enough to be my first round pick. I'm going to take the Sydney Opera House.
Oh!
That thing's really sweet, and I think I'm going to take it.
Oh gosh. See, this is where we can get into semantics and let me know. I kind of feel like I can't take what I wanted to take first overall because of what you took, but I wanted to take the Sydney Harbor, which includes the Sydney Opera House. Kind of feels like it's now getting diced up. But just so you guys know, if the Opera House wasn't taken, which my pick doesn't feel right anymore, I would have taken the Harbor, which is the best harbor in the world. So it's a good harbor, but
Big
it's got,
harbor guy.
But the Opera House is a large reason, and the Sydney Opera House. I'm not going to give away picks here. Okay, there's some other things. I'm definitely going to take the Great Barrier Reef.
That was one of my thoughts.
Yep.
That's really great work.
No doubt about that. Oh gosh. Okay. Now things. I want koalas. Give me koalas.
Yeah.
It was
What did you take?
I took the Great Barrier Reef
Yes,
and koalas.
that's good.
The Sydney Opera House.
Okay, nice.
Yeah. Okay, Josh, one pick.
Gonna touch on culture a little bit. I think I'll take cricket.
Okay.
It's just incredibly popular over there.
Did it come from Australia, or you just?
I mean, one of the main places cricket is played.
Yeah. Oh, Jesse, what's up?
Party with us the last 4 hours. To all you guys still with us right now, thank you so much. We are going to have to cancel tonight's game, but I'll tell you one thing. We got a few players that want to have fun out here, and the whole team is going to be out there to meet you guys. Thank you so much for being with us, Banana Nation. We love you all. Now, let's have some fun. Here we go. Noah Bridges, Jackson Olsen. And I think a few of the Aussies are coming out, too. Oh, good speed. Wow.
Is that the dead fish from the coach?
Our team will be out there in the concourse. Thank you all soon for spending time with us and having
really good
fun.
stuff.
We'll see you soon.
Oh, Funky Phil.
Yeah, how about them apples?
That was Funky Phil. I love Funky Phil.
Me too. I actually signed a bracelet earlier that said Funky Phil, and I wasn't sure what it meant until this moment.
So Funky Phil, for those who don't know, as you get another look at Noah Bridges taking a slide, is basically the director of fun for the Aussie Drop Bears and has been a serious character in the land. Wow, Zach Frangelo and Yvonne Trezak getting
How
in
about
on
that?
Okay, so we're going to wrap up this draft. We'll
Oh, yeah, because I'm dying to draft.
Correct. We want to finish this up, and then we're also dying to slide down there.
Okay.
So Josh, Kyle, and myself, Biko Scala, all vow here on the broadcast, while we are still live, to slide down there on the tarp. Real quick, let's finish up this draft.
Okay.
Speed rounds.
Steve Irwin.
Good pick.
Wow.
That's
And
great
I'm going to
pick.
take another person. Give me Keith Urban.
Wow. That's
bold.
I think that's really powerful. Okay.
But I like where your head's at.
Thank
Give me
you.
AC/DC.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know that.
Okay. I like this. This is going at a good pace. I'm going to take Liam Hendricks.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Just beat Cancer, the closer for the Chicago White
Nice,
Sox.
good stuff.
And a very, very funny man. And for my last pick, oh golly, this is tough. This is really tricky. For my last pick in the Australia draft, I am going to take AFL, Australian Rules Football.
Nice.
They love it. And it sounds amazing. It's football, but with no pads, and it never stops.
Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah. Okay, Josh, your last pick.
Things have opened up. The didgeridoo.
Oh! Ho, ho! That's a good one. That's a good one. Luckily, I know how to spell that. Okay, Kyle, the last pick of the draft. Mr. Irrelevant.
Boomerangs.
Another great snag. Yeah. It's good. Wow. Really good. Okay, so for everybody keeping track at home, we'll throw a poll in that can be decided while we are sliding. Carrie Heat, are you trying to get through, or are you just kind of watching intently? Perfect. Okay, Kyle, 1-1, got Kangaroos. The second round, he got Steve Irwin. Round 3, Keith Urban.
Yes.
Irwin and Urban.
Yep. The
And-
dynamic duo.
And Mr. Irrelevant, he got Boomerangs. Nothing irrelevant about them at all.
They're so sick.
Dude, the guys were throwing around 2 boomerangs pregame in the outfield.
Incredible. Yeah, that was a good boomerang noise.
Yeah.
I just thought one was flying through the press box.
Yeah, you would.
That was good.
Oh, whoa. Okay, Josh, in the second pick of the draft, got the Sydney Opera House. That's amazing. Cricket, great sport. AC/DC, incredible
Great,
band.
yeah.
And in round 4, he got the didgeridoo.
That was the
That's
instrument, the
steal.
noise.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like
That's
that
the
thing.
steal of the draft overall.
Their intro is pretty sweet.
I grew up with the didgeridoo in my house and played it, but I did not play it as well as our didgeridoo man, the Gregoire, who is a personal chef who just served Richard Branson the other week in
about
Cayman
that?
Islands. This
Nice.
dude's like one of the best chefs in the world. And also just slaps the heck out of that didgeridoo. Okay, and Biko, who had the 3rd overall pick, got the Great Barrier Reef. That is a natural wonder right there. Koalas to go after Kyle's Kangaroos. Liam Hendricks to get in the baseball world. And Australian Rules Football to get into the rest of the sports world in a unique version of a game in Australia.
Nice.
Yeah.
I feel strong about mine again, and I think I'll probably win again.
I think the 4 of
Good luck,
us
guys.
would get crunched into little crunchy boys if we ever played Australian Rules Football.
That's true.
Yeah.
No doubt.
No doubt in my
No-
freaking mind.
No doubt. In my mind. That's right. That's right, Kyle. Okay, so game has been canceled. We will talk tomorrow. It's good, Kyle. We will talk tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, 7 p.m. first pitch. We will know what happens with this game. I don't know if it's just kaput. I don't think the Bananas win a 3-inning game. That doesn't feel right. And more information will be coming our way. What we do know is we're going to play tomorrow night and Saturday night, and then Monday against the Party Animals. Drop Bears against the Party Animals. It's going to be really good. Awesome showing from the Aussie Drop Bears in 3 innings tonight.
Yeah, really good stuff.
Yeah, we're fired up. We're fired up. We got a couple major leaguers over there. It's good stuff. Okay, Kara Heater, the director of marketing for the Savannah Bananas, one of the legends of Bananaland, is going to hop on the mic to commentate some tarp sliding from Kyle, Biko, and Josh. Thank you all. We love you. And thank you to our entire crew, which we didn't shout out, but we should. And
Love you, Chad.
we love you too. Yeah, but you all know who you are, and you're great.
See you later.
Maybe not.
See you later.
See you later.
Hello, everybody.
I don't really know what I'm doing here, but I'm a gal of the people. You guys can come on through. We'll let the people lead. Gal of the people. Chad asked me to do this, so I'm going to do it. And I think my plan here is, drafts have been heavy tonight, so I think I'm going to draft the 4 of them in a tarp slide draft. So I'm going to rank them 1 through 4 based on their tarp slide. I will have to go. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, they're all taking their shirts off in the booth and running now. So I'm going to come up this way. I don't know if you guys can see me or if they're going to pan to a camera down there. But I'm going to try and commentate my best, to my best ability of what they're doing. I'm assuming right now they are sprinting full speed in the grandstands, which is kind of dangerous if you think about it. But I think they all took their shoes and their shirts off. Yep, I see them right next to me. But I am going to rank their tarp slides. And I would also like to give my cereal draft really quick, which is Fruity Pebbles, and then I'm going Captain Crunch with the berries, and then I'm going Cocoa Krispies. I know I'm heavy on the Krispies and the Pebbles here, but it's just a personal choice. Oh, there they go, through the crowd, shirtless. Everybody's just like, what are they doing? Good stuff. Good job, camera crew, BTV, great job. Can't go wrong. Okay, they're coming down onto the field. I can see them now. Here we go. We'll see how fast they go if they all go at the same time. We got all 4 of them. Chad's already got a leg up with his beautiful hair. I just know for a fact it's gonna blow so beautifully in the wind that I feel really good about it. Chad also left his socks on, which is a really intense move. Oh, so did Kyle. Oh, there's a lot of people joining now. Okay, I'm kind of panicking. I'm not going to lie. There's randoms in there that I do not know. Okay, here we go. Oh my gosh, we got a train. People have been left behind. Okay, I did not see everybody. Josh is jumping around. Okay, there's a lot. Biko has just bit it. Biko has fully bit it on the ground. Chad coming in on this. The socks seem to be working pretty good on the tarp. And we got a little jump moment from Kyle and Josh. Honestly, there was so much going on. I don't know how I'm going to rank them. But if I was going for distance, Kyle obviously won. But we might need to look at the review because he also ran farther than everybody else. But Kyle is a seasoned tarp slider. He's been with the Banana since 2018, so he's done this once or twice. Whereas Chad and Josh, I think this might be their first time. Biko has done it probably twice. Yeah, I don't know. This is tough. I think I'm going to go Josh 1-1 because he had a cool roll. Now, he didn't have the distance, but he did have the roll. And then I'll go Kyle 2 because he had the distance and it was just clean. And then I think I'm going to have to rank Chad 3rd because I think him and Biko were pretty similar. But, oh, it looks like we're racing here. Yep, we're racing. We're racing. Again, they all drop it. Oh, Josh. Oh, Josh. What happened there, buddy? What happened? That was so bad. Yeah, so I'm going to go Chad 3rd, and then I'm going to go Biko 4th. Because Biko has done this before, he should have been better. I'm not giving the easy way out here. So yeah, we'll go Josh, Kyle, Chad, Biko. Biko's still running, sliding. I want one of them to do a flip, but I don't know if they can hear me from up here. But it seems to be great. There goes Chad again. On the back, that feels like it's kind of painful. I will say, I do remember one time Bill Leroy did a tarp slide and his whole pants came down and the moon shone a little bright. Shone? I don't know what the past tense is. Shined a little brighter that night. We saw things nobody wanted to see. But it was funny. Now, they didn't tell me what to do after this. I don't know how long I'm supposed to be on here. Or if I just sign off myself. Or if we just keep enjoying the tarp slides. Let's see what the comments are saying. Okay, Kyle is graceful. Jake, punish Kyle for the socks on. Disgusting. I would agree with that. I could have considered my life complete without seeing Biko shirtless. Oh, I'm going to stop reading that one, I think. Oh, God. Okay, we're getting a little weird in the chat here, I think. Where's everyone else? Everyone else is also just meeting fans in the concourse here. The broadcast boys are so pasty. That was funny. I like that one. Shout out Lizzie. All I can think about is blisters. Yeah, the way they were sliding on their stomach and back, that tarp is not smooth. I feel like it would really hurt. But I guess if there's enough water on it, it doesn't really matter. They have all disappeared. I'm not sure if they're coming back up here or what's going on. But I guess I'll just keep rolling until I'm told not to. But nobody's in here with me, so I'm really not sure what to do. Okay, I just got the go-ahead to go ahead and shut things down. Thanks for joining us tonight. We'll be back at it tomorrow, 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Game 2 against the Aussie Drop Bears. Thanks for tuning in tonight, Banana Nation, and we will see you later.